So, Blake and Jason, we meet again. It's been more than a year since season 17, and I bet you've forgotten all about me. Well, let me tell you something. I haven't forgotten how season 17 ended. I remember those things that you said about me, Box. And it's not just me, oh no. All of Great Britain was listening. We've been waiting and watching. We watched Neon Gnome. It wasn't very good. We watched She's With Me. We didn't like it. We watched Action Family. That one was pretty good. But I'm here to tell you, the Brits are back for another season. So, here's my question. Who's the daddy now, Blake and Jason? I'll tell you. I'm the daddy now.
So, Blake and Jason, we meet again. It's been more than a year since season 17, and I bet you forgot all about me. Well, let me tell you something. I haven't forgot about season 17's ended. I remember those things you said about me, Box. And it's not just me. Oh no. All of Great Britain has listened. We've been waiting and watching. We watched Neon Gnome. It was not very good. We watched She's With Me. We didn't like it. We watched Action Family. That one was pretty good. But I'm here to tell you, the Brits are back for another season. So, here's my question. Who's your daddy now, Blake and Jason? Well, I'll tell you. I'm the daddy now.
She used to be an actress.
She ever do anything I would have seen?
I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
What's a pilot?
Well, you know the show's on TV.
I don't watch TV.
Yes, but you're aware that there's an invention called television, and on that invention they show shows. Spit it out! Spit it out, damn it! Yeah! Spit it out, motherfucker! Well, the way the picture shows on TV is they make one show, and that's called a pilot. And they show that one show to the people who pick the shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get accepted and become TV programs, and some don't and become nothing. She started one of the ones that became nothing.
Great engineering.
It's kind of what I do. I'm kind of like a bored guy.
Yes, welcome to Couch Pilots. All of you are my friends. It's the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television, pilots of the past. My name is Jason, and with me is my fakakta comedy comrade. It's Captain Philip Restisher. Good evening.
Hello, the good old days, FCF Network. Good times. It's where we all met. And
we met at FCF headquarters.
No, that's how we all met.
The Fakakta Comedy Funhouse.
I thought it was a great name.
Well, you were about to say it. It was a great name for what you originally wanted to do. You wanted to do a comedy sketch group or something.
Yeah, I thought we could build off of it, but
Yeah.
nobody wanted to do it.
Well, I don't know that you've ever really proposed to do it to anyone. Don't put it on everyone else. You just had an idea.
I put stuff on everybody else.
But I don't think you ever. I don't think you ever came to anyone. And said,
I liked the fun house was like the website was originally kind of designed as like a scary fun house kind of feel, like a circus circus feel.
Yeah, it was.
And Fakakta, it's really. I don't know.
It was a name that you came up with that you wanted to use for a sketch comedy group, and then we decided, maybe we should go in the direction of having a podcast network.
What was the slogan? Kevin, look up there. What's the slogan on the bottom of that?
A podcasting network unlike any other.
Yeah. Ooh, that was great verbiage there. Right?
It took Blake a year and a half to come up with that.
I believe it.
But that was our own. That was the network we were part of. I
Yeah.
think at its height, we had like 10, 12 podcasts on there.
Something like that. It was good.
Yeah, we had it was fine.
B-Movie Breakdown, great pod. Listen to it every week.
Sex with Heather was our most downloaded.
You get a girl to do a podcast about sex. You're gonna get
but
some
here's
numbers.
what was funny about it. It was Sex with Heather. Her name is Heather,
Right.
And her co-host was a Heather plant.
Yeah, it was a plant that was called Heather.
Right.
Not just the name. I think it was the type of
Right,
plant.
yeah, the type of plant was.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's some pun action. There was one called Metal Hand of God.
Oh, Mahog.
Yeah.
And there
I
was
still keep up with that guy on Facebook.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wayne. He's actually like a good guy. I mean, the pod itself is like kind of just like what's the word?
Mass chaos?
Crass.
Yeah.
Crass.
I think they say the N word on it. A
Oh.
lot.
Yeah. Well, there's
Or they used to.
There's black
yeah,
people on
yeah.
it. Yeah.
But Wayne is a great guy.
And we had a podcast called Let's Try This.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
With a great couple. That was honestly one of my favorite podcasts to listen to.
Well, they got 2 kids now or something.
Something I can't keep track. They're having so much one-time sex I can't keep track.
Yeah. One time.
One and done times 2. But yeah, we had Drunken Lullabies was on there, and we had
Which now has been turned into 3 different shows.
right Broken Funny
But
Bone.
you keep the subscribers if you keep it in the same feed.
Yep, Broken
Smart.
Funny Bone was in there.
Yep, IBWIP was in there, I think, in
Yeah.
the beginning. Yeah.
Great stuff.
There's a lot of shows, a lot of fun, a lot of memories there.
And also we can't we'd be remiss in not mentioning the eldest of all the shows after IBWIP, of course,
Atom
went
Z.
defunct. After that was debunked.
Low Blow podcast.
Debunked.
Yeah.
The Low Blow PC.
don't have a co-host.
Yeah. I don't know when he went deaf, but you're right. That is what he says. He never. Yeah. Anyway, he says he's retired from podcasting.
Yeah.
So
It's because he's getting laid. Usually, if
Good for him.
If you're getting a lot of sex, you don't have time to podcast.
yeah, Adam Z was on a
That's
real
why I'm
hot
trying to
streak
quit
with,
so I can start getting laid.
with
Yeah.
releasing episodes when he wasn't having sex for 5-6 years at a time.
He was on a hot streak there for a
Yeah.
little bit.
That's fine.
I'm Kevin. I'm here.
Welcome to the
listen
show, Kevin.
the Sixer podcast on Thursdays and Karaoke Biggie on Tuesdays.
Shut
And
up.
I already did the
No,
plug.
No.
Did the plugs in the beginning, so I don't have to do them at the end.
The reason I call you my Fakakta comedy comrade is because you originally wanted that to be a sketch comedy group, and today we watched a sketch comedy pilot.
From the BBC.
Do you see what I did?
Oh no,
there?
I did. It's great.
Yeah, it was great.
You're
I
so
picked up on that
fucking
right away.
witty. Wow, you're a great writer. Wow, you do all the work.
Do you want me to surprise Blake again?
You push the same 4 buttons 17 times a show. You're great.
If someone else would upload more buttons, that would be great.
Blake, do you want to be surprised again?
Oh, do you love surprises?
Oh yeah, I love surprises.
Look at this. I have a mullet.
I noticed the sides and I noticed the back, but
He does have a mullet.
that's good.
That's hot shit.
That's a guy whose dad's his boss right there.
Vacation. Can't say anything to me.
Yeah, you can do
Oh,
that.
you're on
Vacation
vacation?
this whole week.
Yeah, this week you've been on vacation since March.
Okay.
Is that how it's going to stay, the hair, or what's the next evolution?
I'm going to make Steph cut it regular. I
Okay.
think. Or I'm going to try to do it regular. And if I fuck it up, you just go
All
just go
going again.
Just go all the way.
Yeah, why the hell not?
Who cares? Who cares?
looks
Who
good.
cares?
Yeah.
I don't think we have much to talk about up top here, but we did mention at the end of last episode
Yeah.
that there was some controversy brewing, which there's not, about the one-on-one basketball game between you and Matt that took place about a month ago now.
Yeah.
I got some input.
Okay.
Adam Z said in the text thread, "Oh yeah, Biggie called it a
2
three."
point- a 2
He said that he called a 2-pointer 3 points. This is where the controversy is. Adam Z, what he meant to say was he called a 1-pointer a 2-pointer because Matt's foot was on the line or something.
Right.
So we got bad information from the start.
Yes. Yeah. So Matt's foot's on the line. Biggie just and Blake, you weren't guarding him close. So it was just like he just gave him the 2, even though it might have been close. Okay.
This is the first or the second game.
Second game.
I think this is the second.
So at this
game.
point, the score would have been 1-10. Yeah.
Around that, I think. Yeah.
Well,
And
no,
so
it wasn't right. It wasn't.
No, no,
It's
because-
not what won the game.
It's not what
It
won
was
the
like
game.
maybe 3-0.
Yeah. So I didn't watch any footage at all, But I talked to Big
yeah.
E, and he confirmed. He said, no. I did not call a 2-pointer a 3-pointer. I was not giving Matt extra points. He may have been close to the line. Blake was not right on him. I gave him the 2 points instead of just a 1 point.
Well, we asked Adam to provide us with that footage, and he hasn't done it yet.
Because there was a tornado.
I don't care. About
There was
that.
a derecho.
I don't care about that.
On the show
No, it was-
Friends,
it was
who was dating Joe
Well,
Chandler? Who was dating
I know
Chandler?
that-
was that Phoebe
I
or
know
was
there
the
was-
Rachel?
Okay. I think you finally got it.
Last night I
Did I
dreamt
get it
of
finally?
Del
Yeah, that's
Rachel in his tropical underwear.
That's Madonna.
Yep.
That's a weird Madonna
I think
song.
I pulled something.
Oh, let me see.
No, well, since the first show, like my left testicle is hurt.
Just from laughing so much?
It's one of three things.
You being for real?
No, I'm serious. It's one of three things.
He
Either
being-
A, I lifted something I shouldn't have.
Okay.
B, I have like big milk sacks full of blue ball.
You got long balls, Larry. That's why
or
they call you Long Ball Larry.
or three, baby, something like cancer or something.
This has happened when I have been on this very program before.
I think
you
it's the
had
chairs.
you had like a testicular
Oh
torsion.
that was when I was having the sharp pains in my
in your
upper
groin, right?
area,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, same region.
Well, I'm just really worried because
Could have a crippled region.
tomorrow starts. Well, actually, yeah. As of the recording, tomorrow starts.
What?
What season is it?
Bowling season?
2 leagues this year, baby.
Oh wow.
People are bowling?
Good for you.
Tuesday and a
You got
Sunday.
do you got a Bane mask that you're going to be wearing?
No,
I think that would be badass.
it would scare the competition.
Yeah, I know. You got to wear just dress up as Bane.
Different league, different bowling alley than I'm
Where?
accustomed to.
What's his name? You're not on that team anymore.
I'm on the Sunday. Me and Molly are on the Sunday team.
The guy.
Oh, the Thursday night league with my family. No.
Ryan, right? That's his
Yeah,
name.
no.
That was at Landmark.
Yeah.
Where are you bowling now?
Tuesday nights on the Tuesday nights I don't work at the Moose.
Okay.
I work the second and fourth Tuesday at the Moose.
Cool.
So on the first and third Tuesday, bowling at Strike Town.
Oh, really? You going to wear your new Strike Town shirt?
Where's
I
that
wore it
at?
to work the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Where's that at?
In North Pekin.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I've seen it. That's
Right by
why
the Casey's.
That's why I know the name.
It's a little hole in the wall.
Yeah. So I'm just worried
Like
about
a glory hole.
Yeah. A lot of cocks being sucked in that bowling alley.
I'm just worried about it's time. I don't get injured all summer, and right before boom boom boom, chicka boom.
Come on and dance.
Boom boom boom.
Come down to Strike Town.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about that.
What was that? Was that Molly?
No, that's Gutter.
Miley Cyrus?
No, it's Hank Williams III.
Oh my God! It sounded like Miley Cyrus.
But this did? Yeah.
That's Miley
No,
Cyrus.
it's not.
Yeah, that's my
That's a
It's Hank
man?
III.
That's a man. That's Hank Williams III.
Yeah.
The guy who does Are You Ready for Some Football?
No, that's Hank Williams Jr.
That's
it's his.
Bocephus.
It's his son.
That's not Miley Cyrus.
No,
It is very nearly Smiley.
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious. I think you're.
So
you're just doing a bit.
No, I'm not doing a bit. Play it again, please.
Oh, hold on. That's what I wanted.
Now that's that.
Listeners, tweet at the Couch Pilots Podcast at Couch Pilots Pod, and tweet at us a mashup of Hank 3 and nice. Oh, this is an actual beat you had there. A mashup of Hank 3 and Miley Cyrus. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to
pretty cool.
interrupt. I just wanted to.
No. That,
About my bowling.
Like, it's your show.
That is pretty cool.
Oh no! It's when
your
Kevin's here, it's the Jason and Kevin show.
Hey guys, welcome to the Jason and Kevin Show. Well, this is Ira and the Douche.
I'm the douche.
Boing, 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 boing.
Hey,
Oh,
Ira,
it's a baby.
hey, Ira, how was your weekend?
This is a chupacabra. It's a baby in the studio. I'm just a baby. And there's an old man over there too. It's an old man. He goes, oh yeah, it's cucurico, 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 cucurico,
Yeah,
That's it.
folks.
That's the show.
and that's folks. That's what I got That's how I got taken off my own show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
I think I have like a corn on my foot. You guys ever have that before?
Yeah, is it from moving, you think?
No, I've had it for a couple months, I think, but it's just recently started hurting.
Huh.
You ever have one of those?
Yeah, well, my feet are famously fucked up.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I've never had that. Blake, you ever have any feet problems?
Just blisters. I wonder if that's how it hurt my testicle, was helping move.
Helping who move?
Helping me move and cram him in the car.
Cram the wood in there?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
My toe hurts. My big toe. You know,
That's not
from-
good.
From walking
'cause
on it.
that's your balance.
I know,
That's
it sucks.
If you don't have a big toe, you can't walk.
That's where
I've
my
been-
corn is.
I've been stretching it, and look at
Oh
that.
yeah, you need to
you
fucking
go.
get that taken care of.
I
It's
have
a Band-Aid out around it.
I have a medicated pad on it.
Yeah.
It hurts a little bit. It's not bad.
His skin doesn't look like a Band-Aid.
That wasn't my skin there. It is a Band-Aid on it. It's it's about the size of a jelly bean, but it's not. It's like it's flush with my foot. It's not like this big thing protruding. But
Is it colored?
African American, I think. I heard that they grow in,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know
They
anything about
They
it.
get roots. They get roots.
Well, I've got a medicated thing on it now, and hopefully it's taking care of it. But it hurts a little bit. I've had it for a while. It's only recently started
It's
hurting.
because now it's got roots.
Well, hopefully we'll take care of that because it's not pleasant.
Great film.
Roots.
I never saw it. Too long.
It stars Geordie LaForge.
Pokey Lafarge?
It stars. That's what I meant to say. What did I say?
Pokey, I don't know, man. Pokey Lafarge.
Great musician.
Yeah.
It stars DeBarge.
DeBarge.
Who's Johnny? You guys know that song?
DeBarge is the guy's name from This Is Spinal Tap. I listened to the podcast that you sent to me and Blake.
Oh, the Scott Aukerman interview. Yeah, that was good. Actually, that podcast. It was an IMDb podcast that talks about Scott Aukerman's favorite films, and it inspired me to buy the entire Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse series.
You got it, huh?
Yeah, $30, the whole thing.
On what? On your TV? On your Apple TV?
No,
or
DVD.
just DVDs?
Yeah,
I need to get a DVD
you
player.
got to get some physical media. Everything's gonna go away eventually. I fear. So I don't know. Anyway.
I watched. Well, before we get too into everything, the reason why I have a mullet. Do you know why I have a mullet, Blake?
No.
I've been watching Mad Max. I watched the whole
I
trilogy.
did know that because of Instagram.
I know. Yeah, that's why.
Instagram.
So-
Let's name the movies.
You got
Mad Max.
You got Mad Max.
Road Warrior. I thought that was the first one.
No. Just Mad Max.
Okay.
Coming to America.
The second one is Coming
Water
to America.
World.
Then Waterworld, and then A League of Their Own.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
There's no crying in post-apocalyptic
Baseball.
Westland.
So The Road Warrior is the second one. The third one is Beyond Thunderdome, and I watched that one last night. According to Rotten Tomatoes, the second one is the best one. I liked the third one a lot. Did you guys? Have you watched them at all?
I watched the first one when I was a little kid.
It's been a long time.
my gosh.
Is Grace Jones in one of them?
Yeah, Grace Slick.
No, Grace Jones, I think, she's the tall, bald,
Right.
black lady. Grace Slick is from
No, it's
Jefferson.
Tina Turner. It's Tina Turner.
Oh, you're right. It is Tina
Tina
Turner.
Turner. Yeah.
Grace Slick is from Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson
Oh, yeah,
Starship.
yeah,
Starship.
yeah.
And then just Starship.
Yep.
But
And then Wings.
Wings.
And she was in Wings, of course.
The first one on Netflix. Mad Max is on Netflix.
Is it? I'll have to watch that.
Second and third are on HBO Max. Now, do you have any way of getting that?
I don't.
Kind of.
Because I might be able to.
I would like to because I want to watch the other show we talked about last week on
Yeah,
HBO.
we did.
But I don't.
Which one did we talk about?
We're gonna have to listen back and figure it out. Run that tape back.
Loser.
The show is the password is
What's that from?
Did you say nibble?
Cable Guy.
That's right. That's
Cable
right.
Guy. The password is nipple.
You know.
Oh, there'll be butts.
I was trying to Conan O'Brien. They're on a new season. You know, since summer's over, and the first guest was Jim Carrey. I was like, oh,
Really?
I hate Jim Carrey. I want to listen to this because that's what I do. Is I people that I hate.
Yeah.
And the audio was so bad that it was that Conan O'Brien even said the audio is bad because at one point Jim Carrey is putting the microphone up to his eyeball and making it like a patch, and it was just
wow.
he's like there is no controlling, but there's no controlling Jim Carrey, but it was just so bad that you couldn't even enjoy it.
He did.
There's
he did
program called Karaoke Big E that was real bad a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. He did WTF too recently, Jim Carrey. If you want to hear it.
What the fuck?
I haven't listened to that since I just got tired of listening to him whine.
Yeah, he's got a good mustache at least.
Yeah, isn't his girlfriend dying, right?
Yeah,
She died. Yeah.
She just passed away
She
recently.
gone.
A couple months ago.
But Mad Max, go ahead and watch it. I'm going to buy Fury Road and watch it tonight. I thought that I had bought it previously, but it looks like I think I may have just rented it.
I saw that in the theater. It was good. I hope they're supposed to make more. I don't know if it's going to happen.
I just read. I don't know what it is about me getting into things right before they're in the news. So it happened 2 times in the past week where Mad Max, I just looked up Mad Max like yesterday as I was watching Beyond Thunderdome, and George Miller was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make more," and it was like I typed in Mad Max and like the first news results on Google were like, "Oh, George Miller says they're gonna make more," and it was like 4 hours ago. I'm like, I just started watching these like last week, and then the same thing with what was the other one. Was the Melvins,
the band,
the band. Turch brought him up
Yes.
on an episode of The Sixer,
Yep.
and so I started listening to the Melvins heavy, and this guy with the dumb hair, was just quoted recently, like yesterday or the other day, and I was like just searching him because I was listening to him again. I was like, "What's this guy's name?" Buzz Osborne.
Yeah.
And he was just quoted recently saying like they're going to come out with new music too. So it's very weird. It's just I don't know. I'm on a streak of that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got a mullet now. End of story.
Well, good segue. Today we discussed the pilot episode of How Do I Get Up There from the year of our Lord 2014. Now that was a great year.
Great year.
No COVID that year.
No, I believe that was COVID-free 2014. I was 24. That makes Jason 33. That makes Blake 39.
Almost hitting that 40. That's when, started to go downhill.
2014, I met my wife.
Wow, you guys have known each other, what, 6, 7 years?
No,
now?
I met her in 2013, actually.
7
Oh.
years?
No, November.
Reverse that.
October of 2013, we started dating. November 2013, we were very serious by the spring semester 2014.
Wow, fast movers.
Very fast movers.
You're like
I got engaged in
a week later.
a year and a half.
There's
I got engaged a year and a half.
I feel like I've heard this before. And
I think she
actually-
should have held out for better.
I know a couple
Yeah.
that
I mean,
was
it's
like,
God, yes.
they were both virgins, and when you're very religious and you're both virgins, you sprint as fast as you can to the altar because you want to.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I knew a young couple that did that. Actually, there's like a 8-year difference in age between them, but damn, they ran as fast as they could to the altar. Ooh.
I DJ a lot of those weddings just because of my Catholic connections. A lot of those like sprinting to the altar.
Are there a lot of fucking in the bathrooms there?
I like honestly, I would not doubt that kind of
just
thing
can't
happens.
wait.
There's like it only happens at those weddings where they're like, all right, say bye to the bride and groom. They literally leave the reception. I mean, I guess that's more true.
They do that in the Jewish.
Yeah, that's like traditional.
Because they have to come out with a blood stain on the sheet.
I think that's well. Isn't that only like Hasids? Isn't that a specific faction of Judaism?
But it's still.
No, but I just want.
No, it's fine. I just, I'll just stop saying things in the podcast. So
you said something that was a fact
and
that I did not know,
that he had
and that was good.
Yeah,
and he added to
shit
it.
on
He
it.
didn't shit on
No,
it. He added to it.
He was like, I'm going to make Blake look stupid by saying it's only a certain
You know what?
sect.
You know what? Actually, he winked at me right before he said he said.
No, I bet he
hey,
did.
I'm gonna make Blake look stupid. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's commonplace to have a bunch of bloody rags around it. I thought it was only Hasids. If I'm wrong, I apologize.
Hasidic. I'm trying to come up with a word pun on Hasidic.
They fuck through sheets.
They fuck through sheets. What? Oh, who dated
Michael J.
Chandler?
Fox.
Was it Phoebe or was it Rachel?
Just so we're clear, that was the name of a storm?
It was a kind of storm.
Okay,
It's
so
a kind of storm.
Tornadoes,
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
Derecho, straight.
Horatio Sands.
Straight.
You mean wind?
Yeah, it's just straight instead of funneling.
That's wind.
Yeah, wind, but heavy. It's like a tornado. It's tornado force winds.
Yeah, 70
but
to 100
not in a
miles an hour.
circular motion.
It's called
in a straight-
derecho?
Yes, derecho.
Derecho.
The race.
Cho. Yeah.
I love that that joke. Let's go back to 2014.
In our minds.
And to do that, we'll talk about things that happened that year, specifically in the UK, because this season is all about the UK pilots. And we
That's
have
the
to
United Kingdom, correct?
Correct. And Blake, are you having a heart attack? You're holding your side under your arm. Are you okay?
That makes a baker's dozen.
All right.
Bear stuff.
What's hurting? Is it just your side, your lung? Oh well.
I'm all right.
You all right? You want to take a break?
Nut, is it nut? Is it nut hurt?
Nut and honey.
Is it nut hurt?
It not hurt. It not
have
hurt.
another. Finish that and have another
No,
beer.
no. I told myself I'm only having
is
one
that
per
gonna,
episode.
Ooh, is that going to be? Is it going to hurt the issue? Your issue that you're.
I don't know. I just thought maybe don't get so fucking wasted you can't talk straight at the end of the show.
I like those. I don't know about you.
Those are his favorite episodes. He's
Those are
been
my
very
favorite-
clear about that.
I have been.
25th season of Couch Pilots. Listener of the show from the UK, Chris Tuckley sends us 10 links, says, please do 10 different failed UK pilots. It's exactly what we're doing, but we have to go back into the mind frame of 2014. So we're going to talk about some things that happened that year so we can digest these pilots properly.
Right. We can't talk about a pilot from 2014 in today's 2020 climate.
We're not animals.
Okay.
We're not animals.
Back then, I'll tell you something they had that we didn't have now.
What's that?
Icebergs.
And also
All right.
polar bears. You know what they didn't have in 2014 though? They didn't have TikTok.
That's true. My wife keeps wanting me to get a TikTok account. She says I will love it, but she has only shown me one video that I thought was funny, and that was, "Hey, what's your name?"
What's that? What's that?
Tony. Fuck you, Tony.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you never seen that?
No. I got to see it.
Oh,
Hey, here's my
okay.
advice. Here's my advice to you.
All right.
I need to give you this advice, okay?
Can't do it.
You should get a TikTok, okay? But here's the thing. You have more than one email address. I know this about you.
Don't tell people.
Take the other email address, make a separate TikTok for horny likes. Because when you like something that's horny, you're only going to get the horny stuff.
Oh, so I
have two accounts.
What do we call it? When they
Algorithm.
No, they specially
Curate.
There you go.
Yeah. Your For You page, it's very difficult to get used to, just how it works and how the interface works. But, Blake, do not, I am warning you, only like stuff that is funny to you on one of them. The other one, you can go wild on. I don't care. Okay? I'm not going to judge
What's the
you.
controversy? China face recognition?
China. No, it's just China having any kind of power
But
over
not,
something that's popular.
It's not like data mining, because I hear people say, delete your TikTok, delete it. What do they think China's doing?
It's like delete your email address. Delete if they want something, they'll know it. I mean, these people are paranoid for no reason.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But you've heard that too, right? You've heard that controversy, right?
Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah, it's just like whatever. Chinese companies should know what is trending in America because they make a lot of shit that comes over to America, physical products. So
Like Eddie Murphy.
like if
Right.
Eddie Murphy.
Arsenio Hall.
What did we not have in 20? Did we have Eddie Murphy in 2014?
Oh, we did.
we don't have it now.
We had getting busted having sex to a transsexual back in 14.
2014. Did we have Bill Cosby?
We had
Bill Cosby.
we had
actually.
we had a Bill Cosby that was strictly doing college speeches
Graduation speeches, that kind of thing?
or just like
inaugurations?
Yeah.
I know he was fine. I mean, not canceled yet or in jail. Canceled. The ultimate cancellation is going to jail for something you did wrong.
I thought he was going to say for something he didn't do.
No, for something he did wrong. I saw a band in 2014 whose name was Cosby Sweater.
Oh.
And one guy wore a Cosby sweater, and that was the whole thing. And they, as soon as the first allegations came out, changed their name
To what?
turbo suit.
Pretty good.
Isn't that?
That's a good change.
I surprised myself by knowing that.
Yeah, that's a good transition. Good for them.
Yeah. So I know that Bill Cosby. We had Bill Cosby back then. 2014. What else happened in the UC?
Thank you very much, Kevin.
Thank you for taking my bit. I appreciate that.
What guiding it back to Jason?
No, just telling all the things that we didn't have.
I did it last week too, and you didn't complain.
Well, because I was letting you have it, and then it's fine.
Okay. I can't exist on this show and do the things that you do when there's no guest. I guess that's what it is. I'll be silent for your bits.
For my bits.
September 6th. Oh, gross.
How's my mullet look?
Let's get
Do that again.
I think if it was if it didn't have
blended,
if it didn't have hat
No,
head, it
no
would,
hard lines.
no, if it didn't have hat head, it would be
is it
good.
really?
Oh yeah, it's matted pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna spike it up. I'll be like madmax. I feel like madmax.
Hey, will you fix my Instagram later?
Yeah,
it
I
still
will.
locks up.
I will.
I cleaned out the caches and it still does it.
Gladly.
I don't think I want to do anymore.
All right, let's just play the audio from the pilot.
No, what do we got?
Great idea there, huh?
Well, I got a good Twitter response. We should at least get to that.
Okay. Are there anything that happened in 2014 in the UK? I mean, that we would maybe recall? No.
No, but
No?
that's
Okay.
not the, I don't know.
He already put the work into it. Go ahead and give us two of them.
Yeah, okay. A YouGov opinion poll on Scottish independence commissioned for the Sunday Times gives the Yes campaign a majority for the first time. The 51 to 49 result applies when undecided voters are excluded. This leads to September 18th, a referendum on whether Scotland should be an independent country takes place.
I remember when that happened. Yes.
Well, do you think the United States should split into smaller countries? That's how I was
Yes.
going to get back to us.
Yes.
Okay. Like just somewhere along the middle, one side to the other, specific states secede? What do you think?
I think it should be you secede by per capita population. If it exceeds something, you should succeed.
And cut it off by states or not even by states? Draw new lines.
Well, we'll start with states and see
Yeah.
if people start behaving. Like to me, if you live in Delaware, all right, maybe you should be clumped together with Maine, and maybe we should just make Chicago its own state. You know what I mean? So absorb these two into one, and then add one, so you still have 50.
I feel like you've given this a lot of thought.
I feel like just the northeastern part of Illinois, like even around like the Indiana border, and go into Gary and towards like Michigan City and all that, that could be its own state, even further south too. And just kind of,
Like-
yeah. I feel
like
like
the
you
chill
draw
coffee.
new lines after a while, but yes, whole states secede.
Should be their own countries.
Yeah, and I say first step, and that is California and Florida, both. Bye.
yeah.
See ya.
Not just
See ya.
their own countries.
Hawaii, stay in here. Hawaii, Alaska, stay in here. Florida, California, bye-bye. And that's what we're going to do. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Florida, got a lot of friends in Florida. California, not so much. Bye-bye.
Good job.
Thank you.
I used to do impressions
How's
on
that?
this show.
That's fine.
Hubbard's Cave or whatever.
September 13th, David Cameron condemns the killing of British hostage David Haynes as an act of pure evil after the release of a video purporting to show the humanitarian aid workers beheading.
I don't remember that.
I don't want any of that.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember it. No.
That's weird. You guys don't remember that? Okay, here's the thing. There was video of these guys. It had like a big like flag behind them that said, murder everyone or something. Everyone's wearing like fucking towels around their head. And then they literally, on this video, cut a man's head off.
Sword?
A sword or like a big dagger or something, a big knife. It's fucked up. I didn't see it.
Right.
We could watch it right now.
Yeah, no.
It's available
Yeah.
to watch right now. I don't want to watch that.
no need to watch
There's
that.
stuff like I watch fucked up porn sometimes. I don't watch stuff like this. I don't want to see bones protruding.
It's available to be seen. It's free. And there was only one of them made. Never
right.
went to series.
Great, now we got to watch it.
Damn it, it's on the
Fuck.
list. But like you can't unsee that shit.
No, yeah.
No.
And it's real. And
And
I
I
don't
don't-
want to see the lights go out in someone's eyes.
And
on
I
a
don't
fucking
think that,
video. It's crazy.
I think it's a situation where and there are videos that are out there like that of different kinds of things, but I think it's one of those things like if you're a kind of person that has to watch that to feel remorse or feel upset, then you're fucked up. You should just hear about it and go, "Oh, that's fucked up."
I'm the kind of person where I hear that and I go, "Yeah, I'll probably look that up at some point." There's
a couple of beheadings around the same time.
What about the guy that shot himself in the mouth when he was giving a speech?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
No,
you talked about it on the show.
We talked about it on the show.
Bud something.
Bud Bronski.
Yeah, Bud Bronski.
Didn't he have the envelope? It was like a manila envelope. Is how he brought it in.
Yep.
It might have been.
And he just goes, "I'm sorry, I have to do this," and he just shoots himself in the head. And that's just like a late night Reddit thing for me,
Yeah,
and I'll get into it,
that.
and it's only late night, and then I have to do like the eye bleach afterwards,
Which is what?
There's a subreddit called eye bleach.
There is. What is that? What's on there?
It's like puppies and like just like cute like
Puppies
like
being
fun,
beheaded.
funny, cute, cool stuff. That's all like
Positive.
Oh wow! It just like gets you in a eye bleach, bleaches your eyes.
Yeah, I can't see shit like that.
Just go to eye bleach.
No.
No thanks. Without doing the precursor.
Why would I need to do that then?
Because it's good stuff.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why do we choose to watch How Do I Get Up There?
Well, it's interesting you ask. I just brought up a point of the killing video that there was certain circumstances there, but they remain the same here. And you guys know I love the show. I know all about
How Do I Get
your
Up There?
No. This program, Couch Pilots.
You love Couch Pilots.
I love Couch Pilots.
That's so nice to say.
Flattering.
Isn't it?
I appreciate it.
It's always nice to meet a
I do a
fan.
lot of work, and to hear somebody enjoys it, I appreciate it.
I'm going to tell you the 3 plus 1 bonus criteria. After that, don't let me forget. I'm going to tell you a fun, quick story.
Hurry the fuck up.
A very fun, quick story. One episode of these were made. Whether it went to air or not is irrelevant. Has to be online. Has to be free. Has to be from the UK, otherwise known as the UK.
University of Kentucky.
The first time I ever listened to your guys' program, I had my cousin Adam Sensei Bach in the car with me. And you ever try to listen to a podcast like and kind of with somebody that wants to talk to you and stuff?
Oh yeah.
I had to turn it off. I was like, "Are these guys real? These guys real like pilots?" That's fucking weird. Okay, whatever. I'll listen again later. And then I met you guys, and then I listened to it.
Like,
So
of course they're not pilots.
yeah.
I dated this girl briefly years ago, and she's like, "You guys really having like a convention?" I was like, "Yeah, we are."
I think back
Yes,
then,
we are.
Back then we had so much like canon, like
it was very
thick.
yeah.
It was thick, and so
Yeah.
it was believable because we had so much.
And it's also believable because it is real.
Because it is real.
So because of Israel.
Because of Israel.
You can find the entire episode of How Do I Get Up There by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify,
Not SoundCloud.
out if it's in a favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube, Kevin.
And you know what to do, Tube.
Prepare for takeoff, please.
This is where we would talk about like the plane and DSJ and stuff
Yep.
like that.
You got to do a full next season. Give me like as much canon as you can, at least in one episode.
Maybe next
Okay.
season we just do no guests, and then we just it's all
Just canon that shit out of
All
that
canon
thing.
we go back to basics and talk about
and build
Storylines.
and revisit. I mean, I'll go back and listen because I went back. Chris Tuckley famously went back to episode 1.
Oh yeah, I think he went back and started at like 10.
Yeah.
He's famous for having done that.
Right. No,
He's
yeah,
famous for having done that.
and he caught up with us.
Right.
Which is amazing. He
Couldn't
was
believe it.
he was probably maybe 50 to 100 shows behind. Would you say about 50 or 100? And he caught up with us.
Like, and here's one thing to be said
And
about
he's still
him.
married.
One thing to be said about him is, I always think, why? Okay, and you say it too, Blake. Why does he listen to this?
Right,
But then he came up with 10 more pilots for you guys to watch.
Right. That's
Like he not only listens, he's He likes the show.
But it doesn't make
It's
sense.
awesome. It doesn't make
He's
sense.
an educated man.
It doesn't make sense for really anybody to like the
Did I
show,
tell
but
you-
I love it.
We've already cracked the code. He's very intelligent. This is his way to decompress and
This
say,
is his eye bleach.
Let-
This
yeah.
is his eye bleach.
his ear bleach. Yeah, he's like,
this is his Desperate Housewives, or not Desperate, Real Housewives.
we'll take it.
yeah,
That's fine.
He sent me a couple pictures this last weekend. and,
Cram them in your
do
car.
tell.
and I was like, if that's really your wife, make her hold a newspaper with this date on it. No.
Did you actually say that? 'Cause that'd be funny. That would be very funny.
No, but he's like, where am I? I'm not in England. Where am I? And he showed me a picture of a decrepit castle and then a beach that looked like it was 40 degrees outside.
I bet you I know where he was.
And I'm like, you're in Scotland. And he said, no. And I go, you're in Clayton. He said, no. And by the way, there's a lot more than just one Clayton in the UK.
Oh, really?
And I was like, goddamn right there is. So finally, I was like, Stonehenge. And he was like, no, that's in Scotland.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm in Wales on holiday.
Wait. Oh, yeah, you mentioned that before.
And I go, is that castle a Viking burial ground? And then I proceeded to change the subject. I go, so you getting a lot of sex because you're Tuckley 10 coming up? Because trying to, find out the digs on how that's going.
You did ask him that for real?
Yeah.
No, I believe. Yeah, I believe.
I believe you. Yeah, that's funny.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Contact the show, won't you please, if you want to be asked about your personal sex life. We'll talk about it right here on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, God, here it comes.
Let's see. On holiday, he says, yes, just 1 week in a little cottage next to a ruined castle at the top of a hill. Our last holiday was canceled
Sounds
because
so
of
awesome.
COVID. We were supposed to have a week back in March. Great weather here today, but sadly that won't last this week, obviously. I said, sounds awesome. I figured the Tuckley 10 fame would get you at least one night's free stay, right? He goes, they were so disappointed when I turned up and Blake Clayton wasn't with me. And I said, that's right. My name gets banned from places. I'm sure the wife is going to give a lot more sugar now that you're famous. Because I'm trying to slide into the
Wow, that's a good way of putting it. A little more.
Well, I'm
sugar.
not tasteless.
Yeah.
I said, damn, imagine my numbers if I would have lived in the UK. I could hop from country to country in no time. And he goes, there's still time. I've always said that this country needs you, Blake. We're truly in our hour of need. I said, it sounds like fun. And then, so.
What would a Blake Clayton living anywhere but the middle of the state of Illinois look like?
I'll tell you what. Let's put on the Scotland Yard hat. Blake's Scotland Yard hat. Okay.
This week's pilot is from Scotland.
Yeah.
So.
That's kind of why I did that.
Okay, go ahead.
It's called a subtle hint. Anyway.
Okay.
First of all, I would buy me a trench coat because it rains all the time. And I would give up hating umbrellas because I would need one. I would ride public transportation often, and I wouldn't have a car.
The tube.
And I would also, I'd be going into pubs and slinging it like it's nobody's business.
The beer is stronger there.
That's fine, but I'm not talking about slinging beers. I'm talking about slinging poontang. And then here's the thing: you're in a town too long, kind of go through too many girls. Now they start talking to each other about you. You can't get no action. Boop. Hop on a new train.
Skip town.
What was that last part? Boop. No, before that.
Well, they start talking about you. Like the girls start talking to each other about, hey, this guy's a player. He's just. You never had that happen?
Like what's it called? The movie
Foursquare. So then I would go over to Scotland for a while, and I'd fuck a couple sheeps and fuck a couple sheep's wives, right? And then, nothing going on here. Okay, well then I'll go over here to Iceland, and I'll fuck a couple.
Iceland's a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump.
Well, by then, I'm making so much money.
You're making money off of this? Just fucking random people?
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're a male prostitute.
Hell yeah!
Got it. Okay.
You didn't make that clear at the beginning. That makes sense.
No, I just changed my mind in the middle of it.
okay.
If I'm gonna put all this work into it, I better
Hey,
get paid.
Quit stepping on my bit.
No, here's what I'm going to do. No, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, I'm going to be a Viking historian, quote unquote.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to go from town to town looking at Viking burial grounds and sticking my Viking horn in anything that'll walk.
Ooh.
Let me ask you this:
including sheeps.
I bet you I'd have 300 instead of 100 hundo.
Okay, so if you were an American and you went over there, do you think Americans have an advantage?
Oh yeah, they think we're sexy as fuck.
Do they
like-
really?
it's like-
Do people like?
It's like the opposite.
Yeah, because
we like British accents. Well, I
So
mean,
if us American men went to somewhere in Europe, we'd have an advantage because
Yep.
women like that.
Yep.
See, I feel like Americans are hated everywhere we go.
not in Germany, because Germany is pretty widely.
Because they know how we.
They respected us for putting them in their place.
I think so. I think so.
It's just respect from World War II. We're all drafting on.
I think all of the. I think the UK likes Americans because they speak English. I think because they don't have to work harder.
to communicate.
Yeah, and then I think that the other countries think that it's charming that we try to speak other language, even though most of them speak English too. Like
Yeah.
as a
Oh,
second
yeah, they
language,
just
pretty
fuck with you.
fluently. Yeah. So I think that universally over in Europe, besides maybe I don't know Portugal, they like Americans.
Fair enough.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Call your Grams.
Let's go.
No, she's been
Not right now, but
No, let's
Call her
let's,
sometime.
Let's go.
call her sometime.
Let's go to England.
Yeah.
Matt seriously sent me a text about that recently. He said we should go over there.
I'm gonna go to
Oh, so
Australia.
now Matt wants to go with you, and then Kevin wants to do this podcast with you.
I'm gonna go to Australia.
Fuck me, I guess.
I'm gonna go to Australia, but I do have family.
Guy wins a pair of fucking pants, and he thinks it's hot shit.
I have family in England. My sister's husband, my brother-in-law, is English.
I would think that.
He's from Leeds.
Can we get there now? Like, or isn't it
No,
blocked?
not right now.
It's
Not
blocked,
right now.
right?
No, not right now.
It blocked.
No, yeah, it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How's the COVID going over there?
It's fine. They're fine. Everyone's fine. Some of the pilot comedy sketches.
A plus.
F.
A plus. That's what it is.
Interesting facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the host of the show, Jason. He's going to provide you with so many facts you don't know what to do with yourself. Don't taint your experience. Listen to the facts. Don't comment on the facts. To understand all that, go back to past episodes. Mates.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
Interesting facts about the pilot. Scottish sketch group How Do I Get Up There includes James Kirk, Chris Forbes, and Kevin Maines. The group developed their act in residency at The Stand Comedy Club and have previously shot online shorts for both BBC Worldwide and Scottish broadcaster STV. Fact.
Fact. I mean, you can't denounce it.
Yeah.
That was their name, though. The troop's name. Was,
Yeah, How Do I Get Up
Do I
There?
Get
That's
Up
the name of their sketch. Cool. Former flatmates who met at Glasgow's Langside College, the trio also appeared in an episode of Radio 4's Sketchorama. Fact.
My family that lives in Scotland,
Sure.
they live in Glasgow.
That's a bigger
is how
town,
they're
right?
supposed to say it, I guess.
Glasgow?
Glasgow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the metropolitan. Kilmarnock and Glasgow. I think Kilmarnock is close to Glasgow, and that's kind of
I'd
suburb.
I'd love to go. I'd love to go.
you gotta at one point in
Would
your
you
life.
rather go with Matt or would you rather go with me? If you had to choose.
You know what?
If-
You know what I would love to do? I would love to send you and Matt together. I would love to have
No, I want no.
I would love the two of you to have that experience together and to bond.
Oh,
and
he would
become
hate me
closer.
by the time we got back.
No, Matt's not.
he-
He's
he-
incapable.
Oh, he is very true. He is incapable of hatred.
Could you imagine me and you going on any kind of trip with both? We have complete types of nerve, like obsessive compulsive, like different kinds.
Like just you two together?
Yeah.
No extra people.
No.
I think you'd have a good time.
I think-
think you'd have a
we
great
went on.
time.
We have slept in the same bed together.
Jason
Was it,
has a
was it
way.
the same bed
In Skokie, Illinois.
when we went to go see Comedy Bang Bang?
That's Skokie.
Was it or
I
was
feel
it?
like we had separate beds.
maybe-
but you kept making your way to my bed.
I'm making my way back to you, bed,
Bed.
with a burning in my butt.
Well, I think Jason is a very compassionate person and
yeah.
a very understanding
And very
of-
patient.
and very patient person. But he also knows how to tell you specifically and me at times to hey, come on,
Yeah.
It's just
I
you know,
thi-
maybe.
Just fucking do it!
I think what it is no, you're right.
Yeah.
He's very tolerable. He's very understanding that this person is this way.
It's very neurotic.
But you can also see like when Jason goes, I've got to yank the chain back on this fucking dog. You know,
Like-
just real quick.
Think about 10 minutes ago on this very podcast. Yeah.
What did I do?
It was a lack of doing anything.
Just got a lot of slack. The Pilot 4 is made by Glasgow-based The Comedy Unit. Fact.
It's a fact.
Both Kirk, the 2010 winner of So You Think You're Funny, and Forbes, star of the Comedy Unit's popular BBC Scotland spoof cop show, Scot Squad. They're both in it.
Oh.
Fact. Misfits and Being Humans, Kate Bracken plays all the female roles in this pilot.
Kate Bracken.
Fact.
Crack-a-lack and Bracken.
Directed by Gary, Tank Commander, and Burrasound's Ian Davidson.
They're facts, Jason. We're not going to say anything. You're trying to bait us. But
I am trying. Damn, you're good. End of interesting facts.
good job.
Kate,
Bracken.
absolute moke. Am
Yeah.
I right?
She's a good-looking lady. Yeah.
Love that neck. She showed that neck, and I was like,
did.
bada boom, bada big eyes. She had big eyes and a neck.
Problematically
saw-
large eyes.
When I saw those big eyes, I'll tell you what else got big. My eyes.
You should have said, here, I'll just take it from somebody who's pretty funny.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
here's
Okay,
the-
okay, go ahead. Oh, set it up. Yep.
She had big eyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw her big eyes, I got a big eye. So you made it plural, and the eye would be of your penis hole.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like a lot of us, when we get aroused sexually, our erectile tissue fills with blood in our penis. Meanwhile,
Erectile
shut up.
tissue?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Blake has the hole of his penis. His urethra widens. That's what I guess.
It's like the opposite of a wink.
It's to receive. Yeah. He has a drawer full of tuning forks upstairs.
Oh, no.
The opposite of a wink.
Erectile tissue. No, that's a thing.
Tissue? I've never heard it called tissue. I just thought it was just blood rushes to your.
Twitter responses.
No, I can't right now.
Yeah.
Twitter responses, please.
Twitter responses. I wonder if we got some Twitter responses in
Yes,
2014.
yes.
We probably could. It's possible.
Yes, we did.
Awesome.
What I said up at the top is that there's a group is from James Kirk, Chris Forbes, and Kevin Maines. Those are the three guys in the group.
Yep.
Well, Chris Forbes responded. And again, what we say to all the people that involve, the producers, creators, writers, directors, actors, we say, hey, this is Couch Pilots. We watch television programs that had only one episode. Next up for us is how do I get up there? We look forward to watching it. Wonder if you had anything fun or interesting you want to share with us. Thanks. We hope to hear from you. Chris Forbes at Chris_Forbes responds, hi, guys. Thanks for your message about the pilot. Will be nice to know someone is giving it a wee watch after all this time. What kind of info would you like to know? And I said, well, thank you for responding. We're always interested in the origins of pilots. This type of program specifically, since it's sketch comedy. Were you and the other writers and performers part of a sketch comedy troupe in the UK? He says, hey, yes, myself, James Kirk, and Kevin Maines were the writers and performers for this show, and we had performed as a live sketch act for 4 years previously, including a couple of Edinburgh Fringe runs.
Fringe, yeah.
We had the same name live too. How do I get up there? And as Kevin sounds familiar with Edinburgh, it's a big comedy festival that I think they have every year.
It's like worldwide one of the biggest.
I was gonna say, it does
just,
attract-
Just for Laughs, Montreal, and Edinburgh Fringe. I think those are the.
Two big, yeah.
There's like San Francisco Sketchfest too. Those are like the three biggest in the world.
People migrate. I've heard. I think
Yep.
even Mark Maron talking about going to perform
For
there.
sure. Sklar
So-
Brothers have been there multiple times too. Yeah.
I said, well, how was the transition from live show to pilot? Was creating a television show always the goal? And he says, I'd say only half the sketches that ended up in the pilot transitioned from live, but the rest were specifically written for the pilot. It's such a different medium, so we knew some of them just wouldn't work. We didn't set out to get a TV show, but I guess at the back of your mind, you're always hopeful that it could be a possibility.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's a very interesting aspect to me, determining what works live and what wouldn't work on TV. You have definitely had success since the pilot, but now a few years removed, do you wish How Do I Get Up There would have been picked up? Do you still perform with Kevin and James? He says, my How Did I Get Up There days are some of my favorite as a performer. I was working with my two best mates, and we got to make a TV show. Not many people get to do that, so I'll always be grateful, even if we only got to do that much. However, I do still look back sometimes and think how good it would have been to get a full series and how unlucky we were not to get one. We had 2 great reviews in different newspapers. One of them finished with the sentence, "A full series is a must," but unfortunately, timing and budget were against us as we were waiting to hear if we'd get a series. Still Game announced it would be coming back, which was a massive blow for us, but also great because they were legends. I assume that's another sketch comedy group.
Probably.
Furthermore, myself and James had just been cast in another new show, Scott Squad, which piloted the same time as How Do I Get Up There, and the commissioner felt it would have been be a bit too odd to have 2 of the 3 shows commissioned with the same cast, which is totally understandable.
Right, because they only have like 3 channels, right?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
It's not like you can hide it within 150 channels.
Yeah.
Scott Squad is like The Office. It's a mockumentary show about Scotland police.
You said something about that in
Interesting Facts.
Interesting Facts,
Yep.
yes.
And so it's pretty popular. I think it was on for like maybe 6-7 years over there. It just recently ended within the past year, I believe.
Nice.
I said, we always look back and wonder what if. Perhaps it has worked out for the best, as Scott Squad looks like quite the popular program. Thank you so much for your thoughtful responses and your time. Continued success to you. He says, no worries, all the best. Smiley face, no X's on this one. Last week we had a couple of X's.
Yeah.
No X's, but that's fine.
Not like ex-girlfriends, but the letter X.
Right, I'm sorry. The little XXX you get at the end of a
We don't
conversation.
need to hear from any
Vin
of your
Diesel,
ex-girlfriends.
We sure don't. Chris Forbes, 1/3 of this comedy group. Thank you so much for your time.
That was such great input. I mean,
Put him on the wall of fame. Put him on the wall of fame.
Absolutely.
Seriously, because
2 weeks in a row. When was the last time 2 weeks in a row we had wall of famers?
These are like core people responsible for these pilots, both responding. So that was very cool.
and gosh, how much do you usually get out of somebody, even if they tweet at you?
Right.
Hey, I was on ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Right. No, but
or you get a full, like, that was through a couple of tweets, I'm sure.
and you know,
right?
what-
Yeah, this was all
Was it
direct
DMs?
messages.
Yeah, it was all
We went
DMs?
back probably 6-7 times.
I think
That's awesome.
like with some of these, and you can tell they're genuine. These guys or girls probably kind of like crack open a beer and be like, "Oh, somebody's going to check out something I was really proud of."
Yeah.
You know, 6 years later, cracks open a beer and says, "I'll talk to this guy for a little bit." You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, not only are these the people that you want to respond,
Crack
these,
open a pint. I don't know.
Yeah.
these are the people who want to respond because they helped create it.
Right.
These are their babies.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of times, bit players don't really give a shit. They might give you.
They don't even
a-
remember some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
We've had people like, "Yeah, I was on it, but I don't remember."
Yeah. Like
And then-
that guy that voiced the entire thing.
a squidge in the hard nuts. Yeah. It was granted it was only like a 3 or 4 minute
Yeah,
pilot.
exactly.
And that guy has done a ton of voice work. He didn't recall this almost at all. Let's put 10 minutes on the clock, or at least pretend to. We have 30 minutes of a pilot here. It's a sketch comedy show shown in the UK from Scotland. I'm excited to start. Blake, would you like to start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to start by
gonna start the
putting on a timer.
Yeah, we'll see if we.
For how many minutes?
Don't worry about that.
10 is usually what it is.
Here, pass me your phone. I'll
I don't
keep
know
an
how
eye
to
on
use it. I don't know how to use it.
He doesn't know how to use it, and he's not going to.
Kevin, do you want to start us
We're
off?
going to start off
Yeah.
with a park and this little kid getting a balloon. These 3 guys all walk up to the little kid holding the balloon. One grabs it. They all go up in the air.
Do you
how
know-
do I get up there?
Do you know
It was
who's
Mason Reese was the kid. I think Mason Reese was the kid.
Oh, no.
Oh, 2 weeks in a row.
We're supposed to close the book on masonry.
who do you know who is who? Who was the person?
Chris Forbes was the tallest, thin
this,
guy.
tall, dark-haired guy.
I believe Kevin Maines was the orange-headed fat guy, and then James Kirk was the other kind of thin, shorter fellow.
The last one, what did you say his name was?
James Kirk?
James.
He reminds me of Adam Scott.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can
he
see
kind
that.
of,
I can see that.
he for sure
Okay,
looks
so
kinda like Adam.
the first skit is they're at a team building seminar, and the two of them are playing imaginary tug of war with no rope.
Yeah.
The rope of the mind. Did you guys miss that?
Yeah, no, I caught that.
Of the
Definitely caught that.
mind. Of the mind. Anyway, the shorter orange-haired fella, I won't describe his weight. He's
a huge fucking fat guy.
In the bit, his name is Sean.
Sean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's sitting there and they're like, come up, Sean, come up here, Sean, play this. And he's like, and so his coworkers are just like all in. And I've been to these like team building things, and there are the people that are getting through it and hate it, and there are the people that are getting through it by just fucking getting in,
They're
just diving into it.
smiling and clapping about everything, and he's just like,
everyone's they're dressed up well.
Yeah.
and it's funny because there's maybe like I don't know like 30 seats, but there's only maybe like
6 people,
like 8 or 10 people kind of sporadically put throughout there.
And the thing is that probably wasn't meant to be that way. It probably was just the fact that they couldn't afford to have a lot of people in
Yeah,
there, or
maybe.
have a lot of people in the shots.
Well, I will say
But
this
it
though.
helped. It helped though.
I will say this. This is another pilot, just like last week, that visually and audibly, the production was pretty good.
so good.
You could tell that things were kind of on the cheap somewhere at places, but it looked good.
It's like it reminded me. It truly, from the jump, this first sketch, I'm thinking Birthday Boys. Like, did you guys ever watch the Birthday Boys on IFC?
I saw maybe one episode.
So, I mean, they were a live, same situation. They were a live comedy sketch.
How
troupe.
many? Is there 7 in the Birthday Boys?
I think there were 7 to 10.
Okay.
They're probably 7, 8, something like that. But it includes,
You got to
of
count
course,
fat ass Mike Mitchell as
Mike
two.
Mitchell as 2 people.
Yeah.
Tim Kalpakis, Mike Hanford, and Jefferson Dutton of the Sloppy Boys were in there. And then you have others.
Yeah.
Don't forget them.
Yeah, I know the others'
Don't
faces
call
also.
me others.
And I would know their names when I saw them, but it gave me that vibe, even though it's just the 3 guys and like the background. Because truly, in the Birthday Boys sketches, a lot of them would be playing background in a sketch like this.
Because there was a lot of them.
There was a lot of them, so they would have just background guys, and they would just be like 3 main characters. So, like 3 is a sweet spot, I feel like, for a sketch comedy TV show because it doesn't all have to be ensemble things. It's
Monty
just
Python,
3
I
guys.
think, had 6. Kids in the Hall had 5.
Yeah.
The state had quite a few,
11.
but they also
They just used in the background.
Right.
Yeah.
Human Giant, I think, had 3.
Human Giant.
Human, that's right.
Yeah.
So Sean gets up there and he wins the tug of war kind of by accident. He doesn't really get what they're trying to do.
he doesn't get it.
They're saying he's too strong, but then like the guys who are up there working the event, they applaud him and they're happy.
Yeah.
And then this is something that I liked throughout the show. Little interstitials between sketches that help segue. It showed the name of the show in different things, like on a business card or a refrigerator magnet,
wanted sign,
or like a rental sign, or
It's like a Mr. Show. Well, Mr. Show was more leading into it, but there are, I can't think of what it is that would have that exact thing though. Just like kind of like
the name of the show.
Somewhere in the end of the sketch. Yeah.
Like the state would do that early on too. They would try to bleed sketches to kind of have them run into each other.
Yeah.
So one ends and that there's some kind of anyway.
Yeah.
2 detectives. They're in an interview room. There's a suspect at the table. His name's Sebastian, and they're prepping outside, the 2 detectives, before they go in. And when the first detective goes in, it's kind of this dark, dingy. It kind of gives you a gritty feel.
Sure, like a special victims unit. Kind of thing.
So something very serious and hardcore.
Yeah.
And then, but when he starts to interview him, he sings.
Like opera sings.
Yeah. And I immediately, I didn't, at first, I'm like, I'm hearing him singing. And first of all, 2 sketches in a row where I laughed out loud.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, so this is 2 in a row where I laughed out loud.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good hit
I
ratio.
mean, truly, I was like gearing up to like this thing. And it started going, and I realized midway through, maybe towards the end of his thing, or when the suspect started singing as well with him, I'm like, oh, they're taking the piss out of musicals, I think is, and I love that because I was in musicals famously. I was famous for it.
Yeah, that's why everyone knows you is because of the musicals you're in.
I was Mr. CLS, Crystal Lake South High School, Go Gators, and I was.
Congratulations.
That was 2008, and they both sing back and forth, and it's just literally like explaining what's going on. It's
not
you
a
like
good
Hamilton,
song, but it wasn't bad for what they were doing.
Exactly.
It was one scene of singing.
And I noticed this at a couple of things in this. The harmony is pretty good for a bunch of comedy guys.
Yeah, it's just you could tell that they were all involved in the musicals when they were in high school, just because that's what you do when you're a creative like that, and then they end up doing comedy and. Oh, hey! Remember how dumb musicals are? Yeah, let's make fun of that.
Right.
So it was a well written sketch. I guess you could
Of
say.
the three, I did read an article in my research though that I didn't feel like we dwell on this portion of the show very much. But Kevin Maines, the fat fella, he does not like singing. So they gave him specifically that smaller part to be like the bumbling guy who kind of ruined the interview.
Yeah. Know all about that kind of guy, the bumbling fat guy.
Yeah.
Who ruins everything. Yeah, I know.
Why are you looking at me?
Huh?
Why are you looking at me?
I'm just looking at myself.
Glances over at me.
Because every episode, who's the bumbling, red-headed, fat Scottish guy? Me.
I tell you right now,
The guy's name is Kevin.
you're not getting any pity from us. I tell you that right now.
Maybe we should get some pity from some listeners.
Get some download numbers.
Oh, see? We're done.
Oh, you want to stop it?
No.
Oh, mercy.
I
Was
didn't-
that?
I don't know how I turned it on. I didn't know it worked. It was not 10 minutes.
That was not. No,
Anyway,
couldn't have been.
Moving along. So the next bit is a very short one, but it comes out later on. The firefighters go to this club because it's in a blaze.
Yeah.
And the bouncer won't let them in.
Yeah.
And it's very short. They cut away from it.
They have to get in line to get in.
It was the perfect length for something like that. Absurd idea. Okay,
Well,
got to do it. And that's one of those where it probably would work live. I mean, that might have been one of those.
Yeah.
Right. And
Or
I think,
the opposite.
I think because they do bring it back later on,
Yeah.
where they have to get in line. Mm-hmm. They split it up into two, but they were far enough apart. They were short enough that you got the joke, and got out.
Yeah, it was funny enough where it was just like that is the perfect length. Would not have gone a second longer or a second shorter for that one. Yeah.
So the next bit is there's three roommates and they're in the kitchen and they start talking about the bedroom and like needing to spice it up or something.
Yeah. Well, I didn't write notes on this one. I was preoccupied. This is like after.
This one's hard to keep notes on because you're wanting to watch it.
Yeah, I know.
This might be my favorite one. Yeah, there's two guys in the kitchen. They're roommates, and the guy's like, "Hey, my girlfriend wants to get sexually adventurous." It's like, "Oh, okay."
Wants to spice things up.
And the third guy walks in and they're like, "Hey, we're talking about spicing things up sexually." And the guy's like, "Okay, well, I tell you what you can do is you can start talking dirty." And then he starts telling them all these different scenarios and these adventurous things he does personally with himself.
And he starts
masturbatory.
acting them out, and they're all he's acting them out, and it is all just him masturbating.
Yeah,
things he does to masturbate.
He plays different characters, these things, and they're like, "Oh, we're talking about like with a partner," and he's like, he kind of gets embarrassed for a second, but then he's like. I think he grabs an apple and walks away.
Yeah, he grabs the apple out of the other guy's hands. Yeah. Very funny.
Anyway,
Very funny sketch.
Next scene, this is an odd one. It's a guy in an office under a conference table, and his employee comes in. He's like, "Hey, get under the table." And he's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And they're scared. He hypes up this guy to get scared, and like he puts all this hype in him. He's like, "All right, when we get out of this table, get your fist ready. You're gonna start punching." He's like, "All right," and the guy doesn't. We don't know what's going on. We have no idea.
Yeah.
And so when they pop out of the table, they open up the window. They like the curtain
blinds.
in the window, and he starts punching the glass. It's a soapy window, and then you got Kevin Maines on the other side, just cleaning the window.
It's the window washer,
and and I don't.
And he keeps punching even after
Are they not meant to know what a window washer is? I suppose.
I think that's the absurdist part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that the firefighter one and this one might have been written for screen rather than stage.
Right.
Just because of the situations and how it would work. But I think this might have been the low point, which is not saying much because I still laughed. I still laughed. Yeah.
The next scene.
it's gonna be a window washer. I know it is.
Right.
Yeah.
The next scene, there's a girl in the woods, and it's Victorian era, and she's talking about how somebody stole her gold, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a Robin Hood kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the name of the group?
God damn it! What's the guy's name?
Is it
Billy McAllister?
Billy McAllister
and his boy, his band of pals.
Yeah.
Billy McAllister and his band of pals. So they come out of the woods. I'm like, oh, this is definitely.
They look all regal and dashing.
Yeah. This is definitely Robin Hoodish, right? And she's like, hey, they stole my money. Will you help me? Go get it. And they're like, No.
And then they all kind of disperse and spread out and run away.
And they disperse in song. And they're going through the woods and they're still singing their parts.
Next, you got a guy on the street standing by a stoplight. Another guy shows up, looks at the guy, and he's thinking, okay, that guy's waiting to cross the street. I'll wait too. And then a third guy who's a jogger comes up, and they're all kind of waiting, assuming that first guy. This is like a real life situation that kind of escalates absurdly, but the premise of a real thing is there.
This is just a brilliant sketch on stage or on screen. Like this, I could see this at a sketch comedy show. Putting myself back into 2014 in my mind. I was a few years removed from Second City where I would be going to see these sketch comedy shows. And I was like, yes, this is amazing. This works.
That's an interesting perspective. Having gone to Second City and witnessed a lot of this kind of stuff, you could even say, hey, this would work on stage or wouldn't. Or Blake and I don't have that kind of like experience.
This one was the most on stage, like I could see me in a crowd like laughing my ass off at this. Yeah.
Well, the three start to argue. He's like, "What are you talking about? You're not waiting for the light. You didn't push the button. You're waiting." And they argue more. And anyway, the jogger's like, "Screw it, I'm going." He runs out and he gets hit by a car.
Yeah.
It's just so simple.
We get back to the fire fighting.
Yeah.
The firefighters. This is where they're like, "Let us in." And the Bowser's like, "Nope, you got to get in line like everybody else."
Yeah.
And some guy comes out like on fire, so he goes
in
one
front.
out, one in.
Yeah.
And again, this is
Absurd.
this is maybe 15 seconds at the most, and that's
truly.
what makes this work.
Yeah,
they didn't stand in front of it forever and a day.
If you drag this on, it's dumb, and it's like, okay, where is the next joke within the sketch? No, it's one joke.
This is on fire. This place will be burned down by
This
now.
is one joke.
Right, one joke.
That's all you need.
Next, you got a couple who's looking for an apartment. They're being shown one. They're like,
Oh, my God.
And they're like, this is a good one. It's like, I actually like the one that we're looking at better before. It's like, all right. And then the guy who's showing the apartment's like, well, if you look out here, we have actually a deck trampoline. And apparently, is the deck, everyone's decks are made of trampolines?
No, did you hear what he said?
No, yeah, it was.
He said trampoline Dion.
Yeah, trampoline.
We
Dion.
have trampoline
okay, then I
Dion.
totally missed the joke.
And that's the thing. That was a super short
Yeah.
sketch. Again, are you sure this one has trampoline Dion? And she's singing a Celine Dion song.
What song was she singing?
I don't
All
remember
Coming
which
Back to Me Now? Was it?
No. It was one that I didn't know. Steph knew it because she actually is a Celine Dion head. She's a Dion head. And so she was like, oh,
She
yeah.
did Dion head.
Her mom and her apparently
Man.
were a Dion head.
I'm surprised she didn't get pregnant.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't Dion head. But
you didn't.
she knew it, and I remember, and it was just this
Yeah, it was
lady
just
jumping
weird-
up and down on a
Yeah.
trampoline singing a Celine Dion song, like so dumb.
Yeah.
And they ended it right at the perfect. It's over.
Yeah.
That's the joke. It's over.
Back to the team building exercise, and Sean's in the audience again.
Oh
He
my
gets
God.
picked again.
Yeah.
And it was like charades, but you couldn't. You had to use
Statues.
your eyes.
It was statues, right?
Yeah, but you're supposed, and it just wasn't working, and he got all pissed off, and it was again. It was.
This is one.
Well,
that-
I don't want to get too detailed because I want people to watch this. And,
I do want people to watch this. This is something that would work brilliantly on stage at a place like Second City, or a place where there are a lot of folks that are doing improv or sketch comedy in the audience, because statues is a like theater game.
Right.
So, and well, of course, and the previously the tug of war thing, it's all kind of like an improv game that's they're taking the piss out of improv and like using it as team building, which is like that's the worst thing you can do, you know. So I laughed out loud at one part. He said, "Oh God, what did he say? Fuck." He said like in your mind, something like that, and the way that he said it was just like delivered it. I literally had to rewind.
My favorite part of this sketch was after they kind of yelled at him for not doing it right, and he got frustrated, and he was going to go sit down. You hear like a smattering of applause, and then the guy was like, "No, don't." And so he sits down to quietness, and then he awkwardly like tries to shake the hand of a coworker.
Well, because
the guy just is like, "No, I'm not."
Because on the first bit, he sat down and that guy like high fived him.
Yeah, he kept
and
giving,
so
he was giving everybody handshakes and like all the coworkers.
And nobody was into it.
Yeah, I just that was my favorite part where he tried to shake that guy's hand and he would not do it.
And the way that he shook it off was just like, not disgusted, just like, no, you don't get it.
Yeah, that was good.
The next bit, I think we should skip because it really wasn't that funny, in my opinion. The tattoo,
the mate thief.
Mate thief. I
I think I might
It was
have
quick.
completely
And,
missed
yeah.
it.
So
completely
there's
missed
another Billy McAllister. Again, there's a guy who's like
Got
got
an
an
arrow
arrow
in
in
him.
him. He's
Yeah.
like, well, you go give this information to my son. He's not that far away, and he's like, will you do that for me? He's like, no.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now we're gonna go to my favorite skit. My favorite skit of this
This is maybe mine too.
is the crossing guard skit, and it's a guy who's like on his first day.
Oh my. Yes.
And it's just so awkward, and he's so nervous, and this little kid comes
Just
up.
dripping sweat.
Oh, just dripping.
Drenched.
He's Scott Elam in this. You
This
know
is
what I mean?
this is
He's-
a classic, just like nervous guy.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause
sweating.
he's like,
Oh.
I've got the, in his mind, he's probably like, I've got the lives of these little children in my head, or he could be scared of cars in the first place.
Yeah.
And it is a first day kind of situation because the street does not need a crossing guard. This is where you send the inexperienced guy to a street that doesn't need a
Right.
crossing guard, but this little girl wants to cross the street.
And there
He
is-
tells this kid, "This is my first day."
And there is not the dialogue in this is very little.
Yeah.
It's all the physical
yeah.
facial features and everything.
And the little girl's like, "Oh, believe in you."
Yeah, and then everything is. I love this.
He just walks out there.
And then a car falls on him.
Yeah.
And I at first I was like, that's dumb. This is
Yeah.
a bad way to end it. But what they did was they shot their load with the jogger going across, getting hit by a car.
Getting hit.
You had to do it a different way.
Had to get it dropped.
I think if you wouldn't have had that runner skit, just because and he would have got hit by the car, that would have been funnier than
Pick one of those two things to go on episode 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, I think that you're missing a key component. He goes out nervous in the middle of the street. He looks around, and then he kind of he gets a little bit of confidence.
yeah.
He smiles and he puts the sign up, and right at the peak of his confidence is when he gets just
Right.
smashed and murdered by a car.
That falls.
yeah.
Falls
Falls
from the sky.
Yeah. And doesn't the kid get in it then? Or
No, he just looks
looks
there
in it.
briefly, and then that's the show, right?
no.
Well,
No.
No.
Oh, there's one more.
There's a few more.
Oh,
there's
God
a
damn
few
it! I
more.
didn't take notes on this one because I was
Let's
chasing
just do the
around.
next one, and then
Well,
let's
you
just do the
can
next
just
one.
get into both of them quickly. I know I saw them. What is it?
It's the horsey boy bit.
Oh, that was weird. That was weird.
That was weird, but I also this is in my top couple of ones. I thought this was fucking hilarious.
I need to go back and watch it. This was one where
Yeah.
I was
Dozing off
daddy.
in the
no, I
beanbag.
was daddy duty during this. Yeah,
You were taking a day duty?
yeah. I was shitting all over my floor.
Was it like
It's clean. There's no sofa there anymore. Just shit on the floor. Daddy duty.
It's a nice cleanup.
Got to ruin the house before you sell it.
Just real quick, a couple goes into a bar. They go to a table. The girl recognizes a guy. It's from a website that she subscribes to, and the website is about a man who impersonates horses, and apparently women love it. And this guy gets women all the time from it.
Right.
And so he's like, "Oh, you think
it's a real thing too, by the way.
I've never heard of
No, it is.
that. I have heard of it.
No, you.
Real sex?
No,
there was an episode on real
Yeah,
sex.
I mean
pony
this
play.
pony play. Yeah, this is a
Well,
real thing.
I didn't know this. Anyway, so the guy's like, he's like, "Oh, you think when I do shit?" He's like, hey, you try it. So the guy does his pony impression.
Oh, he's like, oh, yeah. The professional does his
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
And then he goes, oh, you think that's real? Because this is his lady right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's been backdooring him with some other horse guy.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, watch my horsey because my woman likes her, and he just struggles through it.
They chose the right guy for this because it is the fat
Right.
dude. So him
Yeah.
struggling to do something physical
Right.
was funny, and trying to be the horse, and then he finally makes the girl get on his back
Yeah,
awkwardly, and then they leave the
Yeah,
the
because
club.
she doesn't want to. But he's like, she's going home with me, and yeah, I loved it, and I
need
loved
to go back and watch
I
it.
loved Horsey Man. Just the when somebody if somebody says
that was the
yeah.
guy. That was the guy
yeah,
we talked to.
if somebody
Chris,
says
yeah.
Horsey Man, how do you not think that's funny?
When they first walk up to him at the bar, has his head in a bucket, which is supposed. I thought that at first I was like, is he throwing up in that? I'm like, oh no, he's eating horse feed
Yeah.
out of this bucket.
The best line out of this is when the girl says, when Kevin Maines is trying to build up confidence to be like, hey, I could do this. He's like, hey, he's a professional horsey man. He's a professional horsey man. Not the best sketch, maybe the best line though
Right.
Yeah.
in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's you got another Billy McAllister bit where they say no and run away.
Car insurance thing.
And then the last thing is all three guys are at a bar. One says, hey, I'm gonna go get you some drinks. What do you want? And they says, surprise me. And Kevin Maine's like, hey, you can't do that.
Right.
I have very specific reactions to different drinks.
Right. If
he starts naming them all.
If he gets shots, I get touchy-feely. If he gets beer, I start to get sexy.
Yeah, there's scenarios for every single one. All of them sound terrible. And the funny part is, though, the guy who went to get the drinks, he keeps coming back with the exact drink that he's talking about, overhears what it will do to them,
Right.
and then turns around, goes back, and keeps coming back with the drinks over and over again. Finally settles on beer, which makes Kevin Maines very sexy. It doesn't make him sexual. It makes him sexy.
sexy.
People are attracted to him. And at the end of the show is everyone just feeling up.
Men
on-
and women.
Yeah.
Men and women alike.
just feeling them up.
The whole kit and caboodle, as it were. Am I right?
Yeah.
You got the kit, and then you got the
Please
caboodle.
remain seated
Kills in the
as we
front.
are now crossing a zone of
Caboodle's in the
turbulence.
back. Got some fat slammers. No, I think that last one would work on stage as well.
Yeah.
The two
Oh,
that
for
would work
sure.
best are the jogger crosswalk one and the at the bar one. Those
The crosswalk one obviously is not going to work, right?
Right, because you can't have
not,
a car.
not the three guys, but the car coming down on him. The crossing guard guy.
crossing guard one
sorry,
wouldn't
crossing
work.
guard.
Yeah, yeah.
Crosswalk
yeah.
would,
The
you're right.
crosswalk would.
Because
Yeah,
also with
be
the
great.
crossing guard one, it's his facial expressions
Yeah,
and the
you gotta
close-ups
get really
of
intense,
the
yeah.
sweat and everything. Yeah.
So that's what would work and what wouldn't on stage.
Did you say woodwork?
I wish I hadn't, but yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about my latest invention.
Well, let's do that at the end of the show. Right now, Blake, what did not work about How Do I Get Up There?
I really did enjoy. Like, I laughed out loud on a lot of these. You're going to have a dud. Even on a good episode of Saturday Night Live, you still have two or three skits that are duds.
For sure.
If not more.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
it's the ones that are good. How long do they stick with you? You know what I mean? Do they stick with you through the bad ones?
We've been talking about the ninja at the burger place for 40 years. We've been talking about
Yeah.
cowbell with Will Ferrell and Christopher Walken
Walken.
for 25
Right,
years. You know,
right,
it's
right.
yes, these things are timeless, essentially.
Yeah.
And you know, I really feel bad because I think a lot of comedy troupes they get their opportunities for pilots, and they don't succeed. And
The real stoners of West Hollywood.
right, but you know, Saturday Night Live was a it got bad reviews at the beginning when it, but somebody had enough money to keep it on.
Yep.
And there was nothing else on TV. The Birthday Boys, they could have.
I think they had 2 seasons.
Yeah,
I think too. is right.
It's a very hit or miss. Even in the UK, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I think what it holds them back is the people who see these pilots that are going to pay for them are like, can they deliver this every time, or is this? They've been together for 4 years. Here's their best skits they have that they've been doing for 4 years. Can they do it on a weekly basis?
I think that's a pretty common thing, right?
Yeah.
You generate all this live material, and then a lot of it goes to what's going to be on TV.
That's like bands. A lot of bands. Their first album fucking is a killer because they've been.
That's it, yeah.
They have 5 to 6 years worth of good songs.
These are all the hits.
These are all the ones that I wrote 150 songs. Here's 10 good ones.
Yeah.
Here, okay, you touched on something, Blake, that I think is important to the success of the show. There are two main things. The first thing is something that Chris Forbes flat out said in the back and forth there, is that you've got these three guys, and they have a show on TV. This could potentially be a series, but then they're also on Scott's, what's it called? Scott Squad. Scott Squad. How many shows are you going to have with the same people on it? That doesn't. I don't think that works, right? Another thing is, you mentioned, Blake, was the money. Someone's paying for this. These are all sets or location shots. That shit is expensive.
Yeah.
I remember hearing an interview. I mentioned it. I don't know if it's here or Karaoke Big E. I love this interview between Joe Rogan and Nick Swartzen. Very odd couple of people talking. It was awesome. In it, they're talking about how Nick Swartzen's Pretend Time that was on Comedy Central, how it was it got canceled. He's like, yeah, it was, and the guy was like, well, it was probably cheap to make, and he's like, no, it actually was very expensive to make, and I think that was a large part of why it was canceled. Sketch shows that are very well produced. This is not Friends, where you're in the fucking coffee shop in the apartment, 90% of the time.
Two sets only. Yeah.
These are building sets. These are going to different locations. I think about HBO's. We were talking about it before. Mr. Show,
Yeah.
That was kind of a live audience situation in shitty sets.
Yes.
That
all
looked,
of them were bad sets.
That looked like a real cheap fucking show to make for the most part.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the case here. These were good quality sketches. These were good locations. This adds up between these people gaining popularity and being used in other shows, and the amount of money it probably costs to make this and have to make it going forward. That alone, I understand from a financial situation, probably saying we're not going to go forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's almost exactly what I was going to say. And also echoing what Blake said, you can't have all hits. Like, can these guys keep doing a full season of this? We don't know.
And we
sketches. How many do you have?
Right. How many did in those 4 years? How many did they make?
Yeah.
And then how many of those landed? The percentage is small. Okay. Well, now you have to take a 4-year span and do it in a week.
Yeah.
You have to come up with. That's difficult.
So 3 reasons why it didn't work, I guess.
I'll say something else too. While I don't think the comedy is the same at all, I think about Tim and Eric. Awesome show, great job.
Yeah.
That show was on Adult Swim, and it was like 10 or 11 minutes long because Adult Swim, deals in these weird 15-minute increments.
That's their format. Yeah.
Tim and Eric are so bizarre, and they hit you so rapid fire. At the end of 10 or 11 minutes, you're like, oh my God, I'm done.
That's an episode.
And it's fine, and you feel good, and if you like that humor, you love it, and you're just like, that's all I can handle. That's good. This was 29 minutes. I think this show suffers from probably being about 7 to 9 minutes too long.
Yeah.
Crank it down a little bit. I like the rapid fire pace, but it's almost too much. And how can you keep this pace? Are you only doing 6-8 episodes a year as per UK standards?
And that's one of the things that I noted was, you don't have to pull off 20 of these. You don't have to pull off 15 of these. You just have to pull off 7.
It might just to me, it might just be that's too long of an episode. Comedy, has definitely found success in 20-minute episodes and drama 45-minute episodes. That makes sense.
sure.
Build a story and drama. Comedy, hit me in the face a couple times and call it a day. It's fun. This for me, was probably a little too long, and I don't know if I could keep that pace for such long episodes.
Yeah, because I've noticed, like, when I watch porn,
Right.
I'm not watching the 25-minute ones. I'm
Gotta
watching
go for over 30.
No, I'm
Gotta go for
I'm
over
a
30
straight.
minutes.
I'm a straight 7-minute guy.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Gotta scroll
648.
Scroll through. Find the good.
648.
648. Okay.
It's a good number. He's really got it down.
Good to know.
Okay, that's enough.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
Final descent. We saw it. Other people have seen it. What do they say? What do they know? Nothing. No one knows anything. No scores anywhere.
No IMDb rating.
No.
Nothing.
No, I don't understand. There's some articles written about it, but they're more like interview or factual based versus review based. I couldn't find anything
That's
on
crazy.
these guys. It is odd,
I didn't look it up, so yeah, I was gonna look into these guys.
I would love to get other people's opinions, what they thought, and sometimes through these you get interesting stories, relations to it somehow, more information. Nothing. There's nothing related. Yeah. So let's just move on.
Not even those like 2 or 3 weirdos
Ladies and
that
gentlemen, welcome
always
to the
post something
SCM.
weird that we end up
Local
reading.
time is
Vintage
11:05.
45.
Yeah.
But I mean, to their credit, it's usually like U.S. based stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
Yeah, usually we get maybe a little inspiration, maybe a little bit more information from other people, but we have to strictly go on our own merit. Oh my God, that's terrifying. We now grade this pilot. We give it a nice fat rating based on the television program from the 1990s known as Wings. We take a look at all the characters. We give them a score 1 to 7, 1 being the worst score you can get, and that's a character goes by the name of Roy Biggins.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. David Schramm.
How long do you do that? How long do you say R.I.P. Like
Every time you mention him.
for the rest of the time?
For the rest of your life.
That's canon.
That's
I've been saying that for Rodney Dangerfield. God.
Oh, R.I.P. Rodney.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
die?
Rodney.
Does eyeballs explode?
When he died, I bet he
he
died.
die of?
I bet he died 15 years ago.
What do you die
Yeah,
of?
2005 probably. Old age. He was an
Cirrhosis of
old
the
guy.
liver?
I'm sure he's a drinker. He loved drugs
R.I.P. Rip Taylor.
and Rip Torn.
Rip Torn also. Yes.
Is Rip Torn? No, he's alive, I think. I think he's alive. I think he's alive.
He's kicking.
Rip Taylor's dead, though.
Oh, jackass! Oh, yeah.
Came up on an Ernest episode recently.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Number 7 is the best score you can get, and that's a fella goes by the name of Brian Hackett. Kevin, I turn to you. How do you rate How Do I Get Up There?
Rip Torn. How do I get up there? Great sketch comedy show for my taste, specifically. I'm going to give it a 6 again. I think this could have worked. The issues of why it didn't work, I understand. But also, if those issues weren't there, it would be a brilliant, I'm using UK lingo here, it would be a brilliant television program that I would watch and somehow would find on my Netflix, be like, oh, what's this?
Right, and then watch the whole season one afternoon.
Couple seasons of this weird UK. Oh, it's recommended to me. Okay, boom, watch it. I would fly through it, and I agree with you.
You probably buy a T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
like a T-shirt. You buy merch afterwards.
Oh, 100%. Like there's a couple of shows where I just like love that. I get into 5 or 6 years later. Really like them. One of my favorite sketch comedy TV shows is one that was not very successful called The Whitest Kids You Know. Have you heard of that?
I have heard of it.
Whitest Kids You Know?
I've not seen it, but I've heard
familiar?
of it.
Me and my brother.
Are those Canadian?
No. Actually, maybe. Might be Canadian. But there was some crossover with guys from College Humor, the early days of College Humor in like 2006, 7, 8. Mm-hmm. And they made a show called The Whitest Kids You Know. I met them at Second City when I was there. They came and did a show there, and they like hung out with one of the classes afterwards. So I got to meet those guys, genius guys, and I got the same kind of vibe of that show because it's not like the Birthday Boys. I like laugh at every single sketch of that. Whitest Kids You Know, I didn't. I thought about him a lot more, and it was very smart writing, and it's just kind of that thing that clicks for somebody who's in those classes while watching these things. I was like digesting it like a film school student watching like.
So you got that kind of feeling from these guys.
I got that exact feeling.
It makes sense,
it brought me back there.
It makes sense because you kept talking about how they were kind of deconstructing these tropes of like musicals or improv classes. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. It's more of a cerebral thing.
Yeah,
for you.
I felt like it was just I was getting back to, like I said, film school watching Citizen Kane or something. You know, like it's like, oh, this movie's great. Whereas you watch it, somebody that's, not into that stuff, and they go, this is kind of stupid, all that kind of stuff.
Well, so 6 is a good score.
Yeah, and I know that you guys did kind of like this at least, which is comforting because it means that reinforces the fact that you have a good sense of humor.
That's why we're all friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Blake,
we have nothing in common except for the fact that we have very, very close comedy likings.
That's it.
I think that you're pretty spot on there.
Yeah.
Are we? Should we do Chris's rating next?
Yeah, let's do Chris.
Yeah. All right, Chris Tuckley. Again, the reason for the season, why we're doing these failed UK pilots, because he found them, and boy, did he beg us to do them. Oh, he got on his hands.
He actually paid us money.
Yeah, he did.
He's also chimed in here with what he thinks of each of these pilots, and for How Do I Get Up There, he says, there are moments of the pilot that I enjoyed, but not enough to warrant nearly 30 minutes of running time. The whole could have been compressed into about 20 minutes, dropping some of the weaker reoccurring gags and the ones that devolved into the 3 men arguing with each other variety, which I did notice about halfway through. They did do that quite a bit, the 3 men arguing with each other. One of the highlights for me was the showdown between the 2 mismatched horsey men, which put me in mind of Blake versus Matt one-on-one basketball contest. The 3 leads are obviously talented performers, but none of this was distinctive or memorable enough to make the case for a series. With a Kate Bracken bump, this is going to be a 3 for me.
With a bump, it's a 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you know what, Chris?
Tuckley.
Tough customer.
Tough customer.
He's a tough customer. Captain
Tuckley customer.
That's right. He's a Tuck customer. Captain Philip, rest assured, I
tucks
turn
his
to
penis?
you. I don't have that level of intimacy knowledge about.
I'll
Chris.
ask him.
Well, I know. You gonna sugarcoat it with the word sugar again?
Do you sugar tuck?
Oh, I have a story offline. I looked to you. How do you rate? How do I get up there, Blake?
I've said it a couple times in this episode. I'm not expecting every single skit to be great, but at the end of it, did I laugh my ass off a lot? I did. You're not going to have 10 out of 10 on funny bits. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Crossing guard bit, wonderful. The first Billy McAllister bit, funny.
Yes.
First one. They went well too many times there.
Kate Bracken also.
The horsey
Horsey boy.
I cannot. This is great. There's no bump needed. I don't need this Kate Breckenridge bump. I don't need it. I don't know who she is. She's hotter than hell, but I don't need it. Mm-hmm. Mark this down.
Are you shitting me?
Hold on a second.
You shitting
Mark
me, Clark?
this down.
You shitting me, Clark?
I'm giving this a 7.
What?
I'm giving it a
no
7.
Way.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. We've never had 2 7s in a row. The whole 260 episodes.
This is unprecedented.
I laughed my ass off on this.
It was laughing at each sketch at least once, yes.
I want to go back and watch it and not have to write stuff down because I will pick even more stuff up.
I'm going to watch it when I get home.
You are setting a precedent right now.
You know what? We have not matched up on a score in a long time.
Wow, that's nuts.
Well, no, we haven't.
I got a text from Blake a few days ago. Maybe it was just. I think it was yesterday.
It was
actually.
yesterday.
And this is what it said to me. Now hold on a second. He said, this is great. This is the best pilot we've had in a long time. No, wait. He said this is the best pilot we've had in a long time, and I'm thinking, oh, so of the two, he likes one quite a bit. I wonder which one it was that he liked. And so I'm watching the first one, Aphrodite Fry, and I see a couple of drag queens. I'm like, of course it's this one.
Yeah, okay.
But now I see that potentially, I don't know exactly when he sent it, but I imagine he sent that text to me after he had seen both of those because you gave them both a perfect score.
Yeah. I will say that this is the best BBC, by far the best BBC. We've watched a lot of we watched MeBox, for Christ's sake.
You've watched now 8 out of 18 pilots that you've seen.
This is the best one I've seen. And I'm going to say this also, drumroll please, this is in the top 10 pilots that we have ever watched on Couch Pilots.
That's
It's a mouthful.
I can see why you would say that.
Having
Having watched a lot along with you guys.
You and Chris, I don't know if Chris Tuckle even watches most of them.
He had mentioned that he's watched a few.
But I think he
sure.
listens to the show.
Yeah.
But you are probably the most diehard, like, I will watch them.
Just because
So,
I had nothing else to do.
Top 10 Couch Pilots pilot we've ever watched.
Well, let me ask you this.
I'd take that one,
I have a big champion of the free application Pluto TV.
Yes.
On there, I believe they have at least one, if not a couple, of BBC channels. That coupled with like whatever is on PBS, whatever things you subscribe to, is this watching these two perfect pilots in your mind? Going forward, do you feel like you're going to dig and delve into any BBC programming going forward?
Oh, hell no.
No, okay.
There's one on Netflix.
Oh, I take it back. I might go on YouTube and try to find some skits from these guys.
Yeah.
But as for, no. I first of all, I can hardly understand half the shit. I have to pay attention to what they're saying.
Yeah. If there were subtitles on this, like if it was on Netflix, throw the subtitles on, easy. I would love this so much more because I wouldn't have to.
There really
try to
is a
understand
language
it.
barrier. We're speaking the same language.
Scotland is even more so than the previous one in Brighton. Yeah,
I'm not much of I don't watch a lot of British television myself, but I will say that I've watched a program called Luther. And Blake, I don't know if go ahead if you got to pee. Go ahead. I just want to make sure you heard the smoldering, the smoking hot Idris Elba.
Oh, Idris Elba is such a
the
smoke
Nubian
show.
god. I tell you what.
Yeah.
He stars as the titular Luther. Not a comedy. Pretty straightforward.
Is it a Netflix show?
It wasn't. It's not a Netflix show, but it was on Netflix for a while. It still may be. And I think they did 3 to 4 series.
And it's good. He's great in it. So
In the UK, it's just produced there and on BBC.
And you know the funny thing is about that show, and it's true to life over there. It's like when the coppers, as it were, are called to a scene.
The bloomin' toppers.
None of the cops have guns. The police,
Yeah, they
police do not have firearms.
They got the billy clubs.
Yeah,
That's
like I don't even think Luther has a fire. He may as a detective.
Yeah.
I don't even think he does. It's an interesting dynamic. To see like horrific crimes, and then the people that are rushing to stop them come in with a piece of wood in their hand.
Yeah. Hey, stop.
Or what? Fuck you. What are you gonna do?
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Because that's kind of how it is from a few stories that I've heard from just like European police in general, not specifically UK, but it's like the cops are just like,
shit, another one.
Shit. Whoops.
Oh, for 700. Shit.
Well, we'll probably see that guy again sometime, and probably he'll run away from us again.
I feel like I've seen him before.
Yeah.
Not that I can do.
What did you give us a score for this?
I did not. This is funny. I like this. I hadn't read Chris's his response.
Yeah.
But him and I echo some similar things.
Yeah.
Where he talks about it being a little too long. I agree with that.
You're talking about that.
I think we've done that before, and some of the things we've watched before, we kind of are in an Adult Swim, Comedy Central kind of like atmosphere. Mm-hmm. There was no such thing. That wasn't an option back then. You had to make 30-minute ones. I think we oftentimes go to the well too many times ago. If you could shorten this up to 10 or 15 minutes,
Well,
maybe,
that's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
What I'm saying is that this show was like seconds under 30 minutes.
Yeah.
In the U.S., we're watching comedies that are 21 minutes long.
Yeah.
I'm saying if they made this a standard half-hour comedy being 21 minutes, I think that would bode better than a full 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Now I watch Curb Your Enthusiasm on HBO, and that show will run 25 to 45 minutes, whatever the hell they want. But they don't have the madcap crazy pacing that this sketch comedy does. To me, it's all about what kind of show are you making, and then the length can be determined from there. So that's what I'm saying. I don't echo Chris's sentiments as far as my number goes. I think this is funny. I like these guys. Shorten it up. Like Chris said, though, get rid of some of the crappier bits. You got yourself a good show. I could see this going forward. I give it a 5. I like this. I thought it was good.
Good score.
Chris gives it a 3. I give it a 5. What do you give
6.
it? You give it a 6, and Blake gives it a 2 week in a row unprecedented 7.
Yeah, I enjoyed my Sunday before recording. Usually I don't.
I don't think I have historically given anything over a 5.
Yeah.
I think I gave a 7 for something.
You gave 6s 2 weeks in a row.
I know,
mean,
I guess,
you had a good time with these two, right?
Yeah. Oh, I loved them both. Yeah.
And with that, we close the book on How Do I Get Up There, and we will never speak of that show again.
Ever.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of HAILMAKERS. Here's a little something to whet your whistle. HAILMAKERS follows Saz and Saul, the country's lowest rent entrepreneurs, as they find out that there's nothing harder than easy money. You can find the entire episode of HAILMAKERS by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or download the app for Vimeo and
See some titties.
hold on, Vimeo
Gimme-o.
rhymes.
money.
Gimeo rhymes.
Gimme-o money.
Rhymes with Vimeo.
Give me your money.
Susu Studio.
I like that.
Does video rhyme with Vimeo? Or no?
Orange.
Banana.
Does video rhyme with Vimeo?
Yes.
Does it?
Download the app.
I feel like
Download the
when
app
you
for
ask me
Vimeo.
more than once and I answer it, you're wanting to disagree.
I'm wanting to do a fucking bit. Okay.
Oh.
Download the app
step
for
on my bit.
Vimeo. I think video works. Yeah.
Download the app for Vimeo and check out that video.
I like that.
Write that down. Write that down. So you can use that from now on. That video.
Hold on.
I will. What's up?
What's so funny?
Was it this soundbite you liked?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me. What?
So right after he says, "Oh yeah,"
Yeah,
there's a
that's
thing-
over. It
there's
just ends.
No, there's like a symphony behind him that just goes like,
No.
I don't know if that's right. all these
or professionally edited.
Well, first of all, they are professionally edited. Blake puts them on here, and then he labels them, and it just says, "Oh yeah." So I think
and it doesn't say, "Oh yeah." It doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that. We'll listen to it again here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Well, hold on a second.
Oh yeah.
I think it's when you're pushing the button again to like start it over.
What if I press it real fast and bring my hand back?
You can try it.
Okay.
Did I? Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, that's fine.
Well, you talked at the end there. Let me do it real fast again.
Oh yeah.
Did I tell you guys?
I feel like I hear. Okay.
Did I tell you guys
There's something at the end there.
that I searched for? I did tell you guys. I told you. I know. Did I tell you?
I'm the last no, so go ahead and tell me. I mean,
I
I hope it's
searched-
not an important life
on.
event.
Hold on. Kevin, are you sure you want to tell Blake?
Why don't you go tell the storage lady?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm sure she'd like the fucking.
Yeah.
I looked
Yeah.
on YouTube,
Oh,
on the
yeah.
internet, for every Randy Savage Slim Jim commercial. I tried to find every advertisement he's ever been a part of. I could not find the "oh yeah" with that. I don't know what that's from. I don't know what it's from.
Well, he was in the studio.
Yeah.
He was in the studio. Studio.
I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna find it
Well-
one day. One day I'm gonna find it.
Can we reverse engineer this? Blake, can you tell us where this soundbite came from?
Oh hell no.
Okay.
Do you have a YouTube account?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, but
Did you
I-
get it from YouTube?
a long time ago.
It saves your history.
I watch a lot of stuff. I am not going to.
saves your history.
You know how many YouTube videos I watch a day?
Can't do it.
Not as many as me.
Can I guess? Can I guess how many? 5.
It's probably about right.
about
Yeah,
5 a
that's
day.
right.
Oh yeah.
So well, it
After
depends.
this episode, I'm gonna you go to YouTube
I know what to do, tube.
and then yeah.
You're not going to sit there forever and go through that. There's no way. It was like 5 years ago. was
I'm
like-
not gonna go. No, it's not. I'm not gonna go through the history. There's a way to do it.
After you fix my Instagram.
Before yes, I gotta fix your Instagram. and we'll do that.
Yeah.
I got to tell Blake something before
Sure.
we close.
Sure.
Thank you for having me on, both Blake
I
and Jason.
I love having you on.
Thank you for having me. I also need to tell you, go to Netflix. There's a British show, and I think I've told you about this before. It's called The IT Crowd.
Oh, we did the pilot we did the American pilot.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
The IT Crowd, the British show. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
You were saying, okay, I don't think I'll like British shows, and Jason was saying, well, why don't you maybe on Pluto TV, are you going to explore more BBC programming? That is the one. You should give it a chance.
Okay.
Even the pilot in that show is good.
Do we ever find out if it's pretty much the same script as the
No,
US?
it's not.
Is it?
It's not because I remember you guys breaking it down, and I remember thinking this is not the same.
So it's helpful that we break down the pilot, is what you're saying.
helpful.
The black fellow with crazy hair, he stars.
Richard
in the other-
Ioade.
Yeah, that's right. He stars in the.
He was in
British one.
Hamilton, right?
He played Alexander Hamilton. Correct.
Great. Yeah, I'll try that, buddy. I got plenty of time.
The IT
I'm not working 2 jobs or actually 3 jobs, but I got plenty of time.
Kevin,
I'll give it
are
a
we
whirl.
gonna have to help you move again?
You don't have to this time around.
No, but we have.
I thought
we
you were
have to help
paying.
you move
I thought you were
again,
paying for. You said when you originally talked about moving, you were like, "I'm paying for movers,"
I was glad to do that.
but you couldn't because
But
of the situation.
my mom, Zach, who both
Did not show
ironically
up.
We're not there. We're like, don't do that. We will be there, and even if it's just us and your brother, and if you have and your cousins that I have a bunch of that are here.
That's how you really find out who your true friends are when it's time to move.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with
true.
that.
Dustin.
You know what I didn't do this time? When I didn't show up in my moving gloves because I felt like you had shamed me.
No,
I helped you move years ago.
I even gave you another pair, like recently.
I haven't used those yet because I'm waiting. No, wait, hold on. I'm waiting for my old pair to go out because those are next on the
Do
docket.
you need
to
another
wear.
pair? I've got 4 more pairs.
No.
Are they like batting gloves, kind of?
I think the ones that I were using were like weightlifting gloves.
Yeah,
So-
these are Milwaukee's. These are like
Yeah, he gave me some cool ones.
We used to play track and field on Nintendo 64. Okay, okay, when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And there was the hammer throw where you'd have to spin the joystick with your hand.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got blisters on my hands. We waited until they were done. Our blisters were cleared, and we put on batting gloves and played video games.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking nerds. That's fine.
But like, we are gonna have to help you move again, right?
You don't have to.
I do. I will. I'll do it.
It's fine. It'll be easier because there's going to actually be people there, hopefully.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Don't have to schedule it in a fucking week.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Try not to do it on a Saturday.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Or, no, I'm serious. Try not to do it on a Saturday. Because I work 12 hours on Saturday.
How about this? He's
How
not,
about that?
He's not going to plan his move around your schedule.
I don't care
Well,
when
then
I
don't give
do
me
it.
no shit about it.
No,
man.
you call off of work. You call off.
I'm not
of work.
calling off. It's too much money.
Okay.
It's too much money.
Okay. Well, you know what, Kevin? I don't see money as being an obstacle between you and I's friendship.
Well, I still have to pay you. I'm doing that.
You're not paying me anything. Be an asshole.
I'm going to pay you with
Blowjobs?
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
Hey.
Heidi ho. How do you contact the show?
You can call the dial-in number is very dry.
Hold on.
Is that
No.
fair to
We
say?
have a phone number. We have a we should play it.
Voicemail? You have a
play it.
voicemail?
No, we don't.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, we do. Lucas left one.
Oh, he left another one?
He's on a hot streak.
I don't have it.
Say what now?
He's on a hot streak.
I don't have it.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Is it in the Couch Pilots? It
Well, I
will,
mean,
yeah.
it should have been. Unless he just called one of you individually.
Well, here's something real weird. So I'm at work, and
Yep.
then I get on the Couch Pilots Gmail account. Okay.
And that's why right now there's nothing on it. All the stuff is gone. All the stuff is gone on here.
I don't know what that is.
It's our Gmail account for Couch Pilots.
Mm-hmm.
You can sell because there's our picture up there at the top. It says you're all done. Nothing in primary.
Okay.
well, it
so
means
for
that
some
you,
reason,
you,
everything-
you have every. That's
So
all the unread are gone.
But no, we had kept old ones.
It's not deleted. That's just all the unread.
No,
Yeah.
hold on. Go to listener emails. It's right there.
Where?
Let me see.
Okay, I'm gonna get it out.
What do you call listeners' emails?
Hold on while I whip this out.
All right, you kids talk here.
Put on the.
You mean this?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Heel versus face. Let's talk about it. The Dome.
Haven't watched anything.
I haven't watched it, but I have been paying attention to it. And they are no longer going to, as of this Friday, all tapings are not in
the PC.
Performance Dome.
Center.
Now it's the something dome. It's some kind of dome. They're like building. They show pictures of it today.
Oh,
It's
cool.
So
Speaking of wrestling, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. You said that you only watched the first one a long time ago.
yeah.
Do it.
The third one, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. It's like it was made in 1985.
right.
You can tell. I don't know if it was. I don't know what came first. I don't know which was the chicken, which was the egg situation.
War games.
No, just they're in like this dome, and when one of them starts punching, they say 1, 2, 3, and then they're chanting a bunch. And there's like another thing that was like a wrestling thing that I'm like, is that because of wrestling or did wrestling
do
fans?
it because
I didn't know because it was 85.
right.
So like, that's right when it was starting to get big.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed is Mandy Rose got her hair cut. It's short now.
Short, huh?
And I also
Nice. Brown or is it still blonde?
It's still blonde.
Nice.
In NXT,
yeah.
the Australian girl's back.
Rhea
Rhea
Ripley.
Ripley. Yeah.
Oh,
So
she is.
She is a smoke show. Although I don't like the guy she's dating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's kind of. How do you like him? He's got long hair.
Did you find it?
Hair. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
Oh, I don't know how you found it.
Thank you for tuning into Heel versus Face. He found
Hey, it
it
was
because
good.
he understands how his phone works.
All right. Voice is doing work. Come on.
I'll figure it out.
Just fucking play. How do you?
When I fix your Instagram, I'll fix that too. And there's one other thing I need to fix.
Hey guys, I know I was supposed to work today, but you'll never guess what happened. I'm here at Walgreens, DSJEFFJARRETT asked me to pick up some diapers for baby Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Walgreens. They're holding me hostage. I got the diapers. I paid for them. And there's a tether on a shelf. And I'm stuck in the door. I see Adam Z is here. I think something's wrong with him. He bought and ate skinny popcorn on purpose. I mean, who does that? Anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here.
Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Oh, hey guys, I gotta go. Get Eli to cover for me. Thanks. Bye.
That's great. I don't know how you got it, but that's great.
So hold on. A few weeks ago, Adam Z called in and he was telling us about a robbery that he just witnessed.
He just witnessed a robbery of a guy robbing diapers at a wall.
Well, it sounds like it was Lucas.
That was Lucas. Yeah.
Lucas went to get diapers.
I mean, during COVID, I mean, we've still worked every week. You know, they were on furlough for a little bit. We did things ourselves.
I think some people are just using COVID as a reason to get out there and cause damage and mayhem like me. That's
mayhem.
right.
Yeah. That ties it in a bow from the very beginning of when we started.
Yeah. Oh boy, Lucas.
Come on, baby, finish what you started.
We're gonna have to Lucas is one of our baggage boys. We're gonna have to see if he's currently.
That's why season 26 should be all canon ketchup. Canon ketchup.
You know what my favorite part of the canon is, and it's not intentional. This is the only part of Couch Pilot's canon that is not intentional. And I say that with full confidence. You talk about at least once every other, if not once every third episode, what number or how many numbers of episodes you've done, and it's never, ever exact. It's like, well, you've done like 250. I mean, right now, 256.
Well, at this point, I know we've done about 285 at this point.
I know. But the thing
here's my problem with the math.
It's just, it's a bit that you don't mean to be a bit, and it's my favorite one.
Well, and I'll tell you, because when I look at the notes and I'm like, oh, I'm on season 25, first of all, even though I know season 1 had 9 or 11, it's 9 or 11, but when
forget
when I say when I see season 25, I automatically go to 250, but it's not 250 until you're done with it.
Yep.
And
when you say like we had either 9 or 11, that reminds me of that tragedy.
I want to open. Do you want to hear my impression of an Indian guy who gets his 9s and 7s mixed up?
Yeah, okay.
Quickly, because we're at 2 hours.
No, I've heard of this.
I want to open my own 911.
All right.
Is that a Harris? The Harris?
No, that's a Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, I have heard that one too,
Zachariah
yes.
Galifianakis.
Okay.
Serial killer.
Whatever.
What? What? No.
Blake, you got a UK...
We don't talk about that stuff.
You got some information about a UK employee for us?
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
You already did your plugs.
Yeah, my plugs were at the top. Sixer. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
KDE.
So what I've been doing during the Tuckley 10 space part 2.
Just two.
Is I've been featuring prominent people in the UK world, like history, right?
When I think about the United States, I think 1776. That's just like a 250 years ago. The UK has like 1,000 years of rich history.
And I have a plethora of people, to just, famous people.
Yes.
And this time we're going to talk about, here, Donald Nielsen. He was born on August 1st, 1936. He passed away December 18th, 2011.
Harry's brother, right?
His alias is the Black Panther.
Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that movie?
La Pantera.
You know that movie?
Louis Robert, yeah.
I think it's about this guy. He was a British armed robber, kidnapper, and murderer. He murdered 3 men during robberies of sub post offices between 1971 and 1974, and murdered and kidnapped victim Leslie Whittle, Whittle. She was an heiress from Shire.
Ooh.
When I do this, I know you're really good at Wikipedia.
Leslie Weidel. You want me to look up?
Yeah, because I don't know who that is.
Okay.
In January 1975, which was 2 months before I was born, he was apprehended. Later that year, he kidnapped her in January 1975. He was apprehended later that year and was sentenced to life imprisonment in July of 1976. He remains in prison until his death in 2011.
All that time.
Leslie Whittle.
Thank you. She's an heiress. That means she has money, but
She was a teenager, and she was kidnapped in 1975. And in January of 1975, her body was discovered in March 1975.
I was born.
Her kidnapping and murder dominated national headlines for 11 months.
She was the Elizabeth Smart of her time, which thankfully Elizabeth Smart did not meet a similar end.
Yeah, her father George Whittle was the founder of Whittle Coaches, and was the daughter of George Whittle and his girlfriend Dorothy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, Donald Nielsen, just a famous guy that is in UK history. So
But he's in the books. He's in the history books.
Whittle's coach is the double decker buses.
I thought it was Coach Purses.
Nope, Coach buses.
Well, I hope everybody is enjoying.
What you guys have been doing for I don't know, probably about 240 some odd episodes, 240 something.
Yeah, I think it's 250.
Just under 200 right now.
I think it's 250.
249.
I would have guessed like 195.
I don't know.
What is the exact number we've done?
It's a good question.
Okay, here's a question. Let's do the math right now.
Okay, it's been done. This is the thing. It's been done one time before.
No, it's not the math you think it is.
Okay.
Kevin,
first season.
Obviously, you brought up the bit, so you know exactly how.
So I'm gonna bring it down.
Now, as of right now, how many episodes have we done?
So there was 11 in the first one, and there was an episode before that. So there's 12, and then going on. So we are at two. This is the season 25, episode 8. So 250 on the dot. This is the 250th episode.
All right, there's 250 episodes. Let's just say roughly.
No, it's not. What is it, Jason?
What is it?
This is 248.
Okay, so this.
Well, I tell you why. Because you're right. The first season we did 11. And then we course corrected at episode 200. We only did 9 episodes that season, even though episode 200 was 3 separate episodes.
Fuck, you're right.
And so I course corrected that one, so every end of the season would end on the 0, on the 10.
248. It's episode 248.
All right, so you multiply that by an average of an hour and a half each, right?
Whatever.
So that's 372 hours. Divide that by 40 hours in a day.
Whatever.
What, 40 hours in a day?
Hold on, go back. 24 hours in a day.
Just let them do it.
We have done 15 and a half days of Couch Pods.
Yeah.
I mean, duh.
I tell you, it only feels like 13 days, doesn't it?
I love you guys.
Underwater.
This pilot would have been rough.
It's always a smooth flight.
Here on Couch Pilots.
See you next time. Is that it?
You must have unplugged something, because...
No.
Yeah.
No, your mic. Oh, there you go. Can I sing it again?
Yeah, that's why I did.
Yeah, let him...
Let him what?
Let him...
Yeah!
Hold on. Can you play it one more time?
Yeah!